All right. All right, y'all. What's up? What's up? I am live. Uh-oh, what happened to my co-host? Oh, okay. You back there in the back.
Yeah.
What's up,
Yeah, I was
CK?
just messing around. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I just want to thank you for coming on and helping me out with a little bit of my own fuckery. But
Yeah, it's,
I just had to do this because there's a lot of misconceptions running around here in these YouTube streets, and I just think a professional like myself should be the one to break this shit down.
yeah, I'll help you with the I do connecting the dots and true crime on my channel, so it's a pleasure to help with the technological and connecting the dots and unraveling a mystery. So thanks for having me on.
All right, now I just want to put out this disclaimer: CK does not get into any internet beef. He's not one to partake in the foolery. CK is just here to assist me because I don't have my computer yet, and he is the one that's going to break down the science of how people can finesse. And I'm just here to kind of, give my little fuckery commentary because, it's time for me to get a little bit messy because, see, people keep my name in their mouth all the time. And I never ever, give too many clapback videos, but it's about time that I do a little something. I just one time. But at any
I al-
rate,
I always love a
yeah,
daily
go
dose of
ahead.
dysfunction. I always love a daily dose of dysfunction.
Hey, we all should. We all should. What's up, Uppity
Mhm.
Unicorn, Chaz B98, sisters in the house? So look, y'all. Jessica X was on Bernard Rally's channel earlier today, and she played a video of herself, or shall I say, she shared her camera, allegedly, of her walking down the streets of London. And you could see the street signs and the cars and the license plate on the cars on the streets and yada, 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 et cetera, right? So all the while, I was thinking to myself, okay, cool. She's showing that she's in London. She's talking, it seems as if she's talking in the audio. So now the next thing I'm expecting to see is she gonna turn that camera to her face so that we can get the face to video recognition. Because if we don't get the face to video recognition, it could still just be anybody talking about the video, but the face to video recognition, without that, it means nothing. It's all smoke and mirrors at the end of the day. And see, this is what I have been trying to tell people. See, black people, we have got to stop being gullible and easy to fool. Oh, hold on a second. I got to put my phone on do not disturb, or else I'll be hearing everything.
Rookie
Yeah, we got
mistakes
to stop
already.
being gullible. Exactly. But you know what, CK? That's why I got you here so you can break down the science of technology and how it is so easy to pull these smoke and mirror shows on lay people are not, technology advanced. And so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let you take over because in the Bernard rally, in his live stream, Jessica came on. She cammed up but didn't put the camera on herself. So once again, we still don't know what she looked like. And that was the whole main thing is that she never cammed up. Celeste cammed up, Jessica didn't. So I just wanted to not be lost that the whole she didn't cam up thing is still an issue. Okay, with all the smoke and all the mirrors that they're throwing out here and trying to make it about something else. They're trying to make it about some audio and all this other irrelevant bull crap. The main thing was she never cammed up. But I'll just continue. So now they're trying to move the goalpost to, well, we saw that she's in London. CK, can you tell us how it is possible for her to have footage of herself walking around London, but fool us into thinking that she's there, but she could very well just still be at her computer?
Yeah, so I'll just kind of show and talk at the same time. So right now you see I'm pretty much at my place. I'm indoors. So what you'll need is so first StreamYard streams wherever the StreamYard server is online. So what the first thing you're going to need is a online not online, but you're going to need some type of streaming software that's localized. So like OBS, I use XSplit, pretty much OBS or Streamlabs or anything equivalent to that you download to your computer is what you'll need. You'll need that plus StreamYard. So the first step is you have to start off with StreamYard. StreamYard has my camera or whatever. And this is a setup if you do not have more than one camera. I only have one webcam set up. So for me, first I'll have StreamYard open. Next, I'll open up my broadcasting software. So right now I just opened up my broadcasting software, and I'm not going to do a screen share of that. I mean, I don't think anybody really wants to see all that. But so right now, my broadcasting software is currently open, and it shows me in Las Vegas about to walk to the Magic Mountains. And also I have a Las Vegas channel called For the Love of Vegas. Please subscribe. All right, so next step is I already have my broadcasting software open. This is for both OBS and XSplit. So I'm going to go to my camera on my StreamYard, click cam. Then I'm going to go from my current webcam, and I'm going to go to, for me, it's XSplit Broadcaster. I already have it set up. So right now you can see that I currently have a video that I've already pre-recorded. This is from the my Las Vegas channel. So first, I'm going to play it. You probably won't be able to hear the sound. So with XSplit, for you to hear sound, whether you're doing a screen share or doing a broadcast like I'm doing now, you'll have to go and have like an audio speaker, which I have right now. So I put my mic close to the speaker. You should be able to hear that. Can you hear me as well? Can you hear the beeping and me at the same time?
Yeah, I can hear you. I didn't hear any beeping though.
What about now? You hear that
Okay,
beeping?
yeah, I hear that. It's a heart, not a beep.
Okay, well, as long as you hear that. So the reason why that's important is because you have to be able to hear me plus hear the audio that's coming out of my computer at the same time to give the simulation that I'm actually outdoors in Las Vegas. All right. So if you can hear the beat pretty good, I'm going to play it and I'm going to show you how you can make it seem like you're out and about, even though you're really in your living room, to kind of give a deception to people who are currently on a panel. So, okay, right now I've turned my volume all the way up on the video that I have. As you can see, I mean, my name is up there, so you can't see what the title is, but it says 7 Magic Mountains, Nevada. And now I'm going to play it.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Screen Learning. So today we're going to be looking at the Magic Mountains right there. Go from like Mandalay Bay to
all right. So right now,
lots of people taking pictures.
Even though
the mountains.
Even though you hear me kind of narrating, if I wasn't narrating in the video, it would appear that I'm outside at the Magic Mountains while I'm on a panel with you. Can you hear my footsteps in the video?
Yeah, I can hear your footsteps.
So besides the logo that I have across the screen there, you would think that I'm actually at Magic Mountains, right?
Yeah, if you didn't tell me anything, I would think that you were there, just sharing your camera.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it works. And if you notice, it only took me, even though I was narrating the whole time, if I was doing it without telling you the steps and just doing it,
stacked on top of each other.
I'm going to mute that. So if I wasn't like talking out the steps, it would take me less than a few seconds to get all this set up. And so right now, the trick is when someone does something like this, there's two things they can't do. They can't put the camera on their face while they're talking because it's a pre-recorded video. Second thing is, let's say if I don't want to show my face, but you're seeing me, look at the Magic Mountains, or if I'm in, let's say, outside the continental USA or anywhere, you would tell me, okay, I want you to have the camera pointed directly to the sky. Well, because it's a pre-recorded video, I can't point the camera directly at the sky. So right now I'm talking to you, addressing people in the comment section, and also talking to people on the panel. This pre-recorded video is going to do whatever it's doing. So the two things you can do to debunk this is to say, hey, I want you to do XYZ with the camera and I won't be able to do it. Or you can really say, have the camera facing towards your face while you talk to us so we know that it's really you out there. So as you can see, it looks like I'm at the Magic Mountains, but I'm in my living room. And that's me having the audio back on. And see, because of how small this box is, you can't even see me mess with the volume or any of the controls on the actual video. But you can see the cursor right there if I make a mistake. So I'm going to mute the video again. So I wouldn't use this video because it has the writing across the screen, because that was back when I was afraid of people taking my videos, and I wouldn't have my cursor up here. But I would pretty much be able to have a deceptive appearance to make you think that I'm outside in Vegas at the Magic Mountains when I'm really in my living room. That's pretty much it. So I'm gonna switch. Any questions before I switch back?
Well, yeah, I don't think I need to see the video any further. But what I would like to ask is, like, say for instance, on Bernard's channel, I could hear Jessica walking. It sounded like she was in the wind, No, so how are all those things possible?
Well, so like the wind and her walking's in the video. So like with me, if you notice when I first walked up, you can kind of listen and you'll hear me walking. There's no wind out here, but whatever's in the video is what you're going to be able to hear.
People taking pictures.
You see how
in front of the mountains.
You hear the footsteps?
Yeah, I hear them.
And you also can hear the wind too.
Right here.
So you hear the footsteps, you also hear the wind a little bit.
Magic Mountain.
So whatever conditions in the video, that's what you're going to hear in addition to me talking. That's how you have the ground walking effect and the wind. Yeah.
Wow. So even though she allegedly had that video of herself walking around London on Bernard's panel, it really doesn't prove anything at all, because she could be using the same type of technology that you're showing us here.
Yes. And OBS is free. Anybody can use it. Or if you want to get more technical, then you got XSplit. But either way, it's very possible to do that on a panel with a pre-recorded video using any type of broadcast software. And you see, and so right now, that if she would have made a mistake and turned off her broadcast software without switching the camera, you would see that right there on the screen. And so now I'm back. So yeah, so you have to really know what you're doing, but it's real easy, real simple. And I kind of show the different mistakes and stuff that, you know, if she was novice with it, then she would have showed you that that image, letting you know it's a broadcasting software. But that's pretty much how you do it. I've been on BMT, Business Minded Talks panel. Shout out to him, and also shout out to BBN, Black Balance Network. Shameless plug. But I've been on BMT's panel before, playing like a Recore, a video game, while talking to people. As long as you have a broadcasting software like OBS Streamlabs, OBS, or XSplit, or anything really similar to that, you can show the world whatever you want to see, as long as you know the proper steps to do it. And the first thing you got to do is you got to have StreamYard already open. So if she was to use the method that I was talking about, she would have had StreamYard open, got on the panel, then opened the broadcasting software, and had the speaker external from the computer speaker, and you wouldn't have known the difference.
Now, you know, here's the thing, because I've been in this space a long time. What I normally do, you know, when the fuckery goes on, you know, I'm just a spectator. You know, I just sit back, watch, you know, get my popcorn, you know, laugh a little bit, move on with my life. 2 years ago, Jessica X was on the RBR panel, and it was mighty funny to me, and I mentioned this in one of my other videos before, that the British accent slipped in, and I noticed it back then. Only one other person pointed it out, but after that, nobody said anything else about it. But Jessica was on there with RBR and going back and forth with them, and then all of a sudden, you know, she started just going off. I mean, just all out of her character, and she really cussed him out. And when she was cussing him out, that British accent slipped a little bit then. And I remember listening to it and laughing, because I was thinking to myself, wow, she got so mad she forgot her British accent. And I was laughing back then, because back then I didn't know of a deity. You know, I didn't know who deity was, or, you know, didn't even know if a deity existed. But it was mighty funny to me back then when I saw her slip up a little bit. So for everybody sitting up here talking about, oh, my mama's daddy, cousin, brother, sister, uncle's wife sounds just like her, please spare me, okay? Because this is not the first time the accent slipped, is what I'm trying to tell you. But it's just kind of crazy to me that, you know, there's one thing that Jessica could do to just put all of this to rest. And it's the most simple thing. The most simple thing, cam up. You want to shut everybody up, pop that camera on, boom, end the story. You shut everybody up forever. But instead, they're going through all of these shenanigans. Why do you think all of these shenanigans are being used in lieu of just the obvious?
Yeah, probably because it would cause more harm than good, or it would do more damage to like reputations and brands than to, you know, stay not cammed up. Because if somebody went through and did what I just demonstrated, then that's kind of to, I guess, fool the untrained eye. You know, a lot of people in the space, they don't really get into the science and technology aspect of being a content creator. They don't get into microphones, cameras, broadcasting software. They don't get into end cards, lighting, sound quality, like, you know, I have with my mic. A lot of people don't really do that. And I mean, no offense to anybody who just uses StreamYard and just talks to people, but if you're someone that focuses on the art, which is just like talking to people, having a good subject, using StreamYard, you won't be able to catch little details like that when they throw you a bone. So I think like the not camming up is to kind of protect the brand, because if someone were to do a cam up with a face and be talking, then that might eliminate a lot of fantasies. We talked about identity tourism last time. We also talked about just, you know, somebody who is, let's say, one gender, one race, portraying to be something that they're not. It would eliminate all that fantasy and that girlfriend.
Wait, hold on. I hate to cut you off, but we have Classic Ruby down here in my chat room, not knowing what the hell she's talking about. Classic Ruby says, people are funny, ... She isn't lying about being British, y'all, ... Do you know her, Classic Ruby?
Yeah.
You can't see an accent. She's lying about what she looks like. Classic Ruby. That's what I've been saying. Damn. Go to the back of the classroom. Sit down. Listen. Watch before you start typing. I've been saying that. This is not about the accent. They're making it about the accent. I'm just sitting up here debunking their talking points. Please sit down, listen, watch in the back of the classroom. Please leave the whiskey bottle, you know, in the locker. All right, go ahead, CK.
Yeah, I think, like, you know, turning on the camera to show someone's identity, it may do more harm than good. That's why they don't really just do it, because it's got to be more to it than just simply turn on the camera. Okay, you know, this is my face, this is somebody's face, and then you good. It's got to be way more to it than that. That's what my guess would be.
Exactly. And here's the thing, like I said, it all goes back to she's not who she says she is. It's all about the catfish. And see, this is the thing that I have had it out with Mr. Fantastic before on his platform. Well, not had it out, but you know, there was another white woman that used to go into his chat room, and she was blackfishing him. He went onto his platform defending this woman, saying, oh no, that's a black woman, y'all just jealous, blah blah blah. And then when it finally came out that she was blackfishing, he had to backpedal. And I think it's the same thing with the Jessica X situation, but it's a little twist to it, because I kind of think he's in on it at this point. I think that there's a lot of money to be made off of the low self-esteem of the manosphere. And I think that he has tapped in on it. And I believe that Jessica is his accomplice. But the thing about it is, her never camming up is the issue. It's not the accent, you know, as Classic Ruby has eloquently pointed out. And Classic Ruby, I don't have nothing against you, okay? That's just me, how I get down. I fucks with all the people that come up in here. You are loved, sis. So, you know, don't worry about it. But the point is, the cam up not happening, the cam up not ever happening, that is the real issue that we should never get away from. And as CK has eloquently pointed out, her showing a video of her walking around London, and we listening to the accent, we listening to the footsteps and all that type of stuff, all of that could be smoke and mirrors for all we know. The science behind being a content creator is lost on people who are not really, how can I say, familiar with how to use cameras and all the different equipment that's available to you, so that you can give people a certain experience. What's up, Chef Disaster? He says, hello, Faith. Classic says, why are you taking what I'm saying as personal attack? No, Classic Ruby, I'm not. I fucks with everybody. It's just the first time I seen you in here. So, you know, I'm gonna fuck with you the first time you come up in here. But at any rate, CK, if you were not talking in that video and all we heard was the footsteps of you walking around, you're in Magic Mountain, would you be able to be sitting at your computer also typing to people?
Yeah, absolutely.
So here's the thing. That little video that Jessica did on Bernard Rowley's channel didn't do nothing. It didn't move the goalposts back or forward. It's just more smoke and mirrors to fool the masses of people who are not tech savvy. Is it safe for me to say that?
Yeah, absolutely.
K Coaching says Jessica X will not cam up. She will play this game. She is actually enjoying it. I agree. Right, Chef Disaster. Something is fishy about this whole thing. But now moving right along, because we have another issue with Fantastic calling different women and men, okay, Fantastic of all people, using the you word on others. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever seen a picture of this man, Fantastic, but the ugly word coming from his mouth should never, ever in the history of ever be uttered. It is blasphemy. I'm telling you, it is blasphemy for this man to use the word ugly on anyone when he looked like a whole burnt, scrambled egg in the face. Now, CK, there's a photo that Fantastic posted about, I want to say 3 months ago. Can you bring that up?
Let's see. All right.
Yes, he looked like, you know what he sure do? He do look like that gummy cartoon. Boys, y'all old. Y'all remember Gummy. And by the way, y'all, nobody is doxing anybody and nobody is using information that this person has not posted on their own channel themselves, by the way. So all of this is fair use. Because he got a whole picture of me and D. Darrell on his channel. So before anybody get their panties in a bunch, you know, I don't do this on a regular basis. But it had been done to me by this person. So I think, you know what? Fair trade. Fair trade, y'all. Okay, so here is the picture that we speak of, and I do apologize if I am hurting anyone's eyes. I know that this visual right here can be quite disturbing, especially this late at night before you have to go to sleep. So, you know, all I would have to suggest is that you all make sure that you clutch your pillows or get close to your loved ones. I just know that, yeah, this is a scary, scary image right here. But this image of this ghoul, this goblin, this troll, this person is the dumbest person on the face of the internet. Now, if you look closely at this picture, and I can't give you a close-up because I'm in my vehicle, but he has a name tag with his last name on it. Nobody doxed him. He put this picture out himself. That is why he is known as Mr. Dumbtastic. So you got the last name, and then you got the Navy emblem right there. Now, if you, oh, thank you, Screen Learning. If you look in between, you will see a Navy emblem, which has a bird And then there, it looks like, what is that? Is that 2 swishes or 3 swishes?
It's 2 chevrons.
It's 2 chevrons, okay? So that means that you are a low ranking E5 in the Navy. Now, 3 months ago is when he posted this photo of himself. So let me go ahead and put my fair use banner up, by the way. Hold on. Make sure I got my fair use banner up. So won't nobody be saying, hey, all right, there you go. Fair use. Fair use, motherfuckers. Fair use. Okay. So he put this up of himself. Okay. Now let's go back to just us. Hold on a second. Let me take this down because I don't need this up here anymore. All right, there we go. All right, so CK, we saw a bird and we saw 2 Navy swishes. Can you break down to us, because you are military as well, correct?
Yeah, and I'll start off by saying, even though this is the Dragon session, got to thank him for his service.
Yes, I do thank him for his service. This is not a put down on people in the military. However, Fantastic has put down so many people, and he do not give nobody else the benefit of the doubt. He really does not deserve any type of respect because he don't respect his own service. But anyway, yeah,
You,
second class is a petty officer, correct?
yeah, petty
But
officer second class. Yeah, if you,
CK,
I could do a screen share of the ranks or whatever.
yeah, you can. That's what I was just gonna ask. Could you break down for us what that insignia on his chest means? Because he's been bragging about his 14 years of service and that he's going to retire. He's been talking about all these people who are broke assholes, all these people that don't accomplish nothing in life, but yet he's in a service for 14 years as a petty officer. So go ahead, CK. I ain't got to say no more. Let's go ahead and just do this breakdown.
All right. Let's see. You might not be able to see the ranks with. I don't have any way to zoom in, but it's kind of the best I can do. As far as, yeah, I can't zoom in any better. So I mean, you all have access to the rankings or whatever. So based off what was on his chest, I mean, I'm not Navy, but based off what he had on his chest, it's an E5 petty officer second class, and that's the bird with the 2 chevrons. Chevrons go down. I mean, they can go down or up, but these, if you can see my arrow, which you barely can see it, the chevrons look like triangles without a bottom. So with the Navy, their chevrons go down, whereas with the Army, our chevrons go up, and the Air Force, their chevrons kind of are like a more of a circular shape. And then you don't need to know about the Marines and Coast Guard. So with the Navy having 2 chevrons that go down, that denotes the E5 rank with the bird. If it was 3 chevrons, it'd be E6 or petty officer first class. If it was 3 chevrons with I forgot what it's called, but basically it's like we call them a rocker. So 3 chevrons plus a rocker below the bird's feet would be E7, and all the way up to E9. And Master Chief Petty Officer would have the rocker below the bird's feet plus at least 3 chevrons and something inside of the chevron and rocker casing. So because it's only bird plus 2 chevrons with no rocker, it can't be E7 or greater, and it's only 2 chevrons, so it's got to be the E5 petty officer second class rank.
All right. Now, does the military ranking and the years of service dictate how much you get when you come out?
Yeah, it does. So I don't know how many years someone has in, but let's just say, so for E5, if you're looking at, so it kind of gives you the year in service. So let's say if somebody did 20 years in their E5, which it is possible, it depends on when you entered into military service. So if you're E5 and you've got, let's say over 20 years, like you're retirement ready, but you don't want to retire, then you'd be making $3,502 a month. Now, as far as retirement, you get like a percentage of that. I don't know how it is with the Navy, but I mean, pretty much every branch should be the same. But as far as someone who is currently in the service, it'd be 3,502 because you're capped out once you get to what looks like the 12-year plus. You pretty much max out as far as the E5.
Okay, and I do want to thank you for breaking that down and sharing this information. Like I said, screen learning is only sharing the information. This is me doing the dragging. But Mr. Fantastic 3 months ago said that he was 3 months away from retirement. So that means that he should be retiring right about now, right?
Yeah, it'll be about this point in time. And then so you get 50% of your average highest 36 months base pay if you retire with 20 years of service, or 100% if you retire after 40 years. So he'd be getting like 50% of average highest 36 months base pay, like right before you retire. I'm not about to do that math. Yeah, pretty much DFAS or the finance people could do the math on that one, but
so let me
it's going to
ask
be
you something. Okay, so if he retires and he's only an E5, he's been in there 14 years and he's only an E5. That's only 3,500. So that means that he would need something to supplement that 3,500, right? Especially if he has a wife and 3 children.
Yeah, so it's looking like so 50% of 3,502, you maybe break out the calculator, it's like 1,751. So yeah, you would, I mean, he probably would get like, VA stuff. Like if he's filing for disability, he might get a check for that. Or I mean, it's pretty much it.
So he's not even going to get the full 3,500 that he's getting now. He's going to get 1,750 a month with a wife and 3 children, and then he wonders why. He wonders why his wife was going to leave him. Let me just break this down to everybody. It is not worth it as a woman to be married to a man who's been in the Army 14 years and never ever advanced beyond an E5. So that means that when he retires, he's going to be getting about less than half of what he was getting before. What woman wants to wake up every day to that face at $1,700 a month? And you're still young. Yes, D. Darrell, and he had the nerve to be pocket watching you, who makes damn near close to $1 million. Yes, this nigga going around calling other people broke bitches. But in reality, he's projecting like he always is. In reality, he's the ugly bitch in the room. In reality, he's the broke bitch in the room. In reality, everything that he says about others, he's actually talking about himself. So all this time, the wizard has been behind the screen with the smoke in the mirrors, making you think that he's this smart, intelligent G.I. Joe motherfucker that's making all this money. But in reality, when the wizard comes out from behind the screen, this nigga is GI broke. He is GI broke and trying to talk about other people. This nigga looked like a burnt Bart Simpson. Where's that picture of Bart Simpson, by the way? Go ahead and throw that up on the screen too, so y'all can get an idea of what I'm talking about. He looks like a burnt Bart Simpson, but got the nerve to be calling other people ugly. The projection, the lies. Chaz B98 said melted candle wax. I'm dead. Yes, Tay Tay, the audacity of it all. So now that we know who the wizard is, we're just trying to find out who the wizette is. Because once again, the wizard has put out all the smoke, he's put out all the mirrors, and he's tried to deflect away from what is actually the real core thing that everybody wants to know. This chick that he been parading around YouTube as the next female messiah is deity. It's deity. Yes, D. Darrell, deity. And so today on Bernard's channel, they tried to pull it again. But see, they don't know that there are actually educated black people out here like CK that know the science behind the technology of YouTube. And you're not fooling us. So once again, it goes back to because you ain't proved a damn thing. Cam up, bitch. Put your goddamn money where your mouth is. It only takes 2 seconds to turn on that camera and shut everybody up. But you don't want to do that. Why? Why is that so difficult? These people went all the way around the mulberry bush on something that's so simple. They would rather show video footage of someone walking around London and showing their shoe. They would rather show that than show her face. Think, people, think, and don't be sitting up here always swallowing the goddamn Kool-Aid because it might have cyanide in it. It might have something in it to put you to sleep for good. There's something not right with this whole situation because there's a simple solution. There's a simpler solution than what they've been putting out here. They want to go to, oh, we gonna find some audio of deity and Jessica talking at the same time. No, we don't want that shit either. Then we gonna show video footage of her walking allegedly around London. No. You're not gonna fool us with that nonsense. You're not gonna rock us to sleep any further. The jig is up. Just cam up. That's the simple solution. You're doing everything. You're making this more difficult than it should be, but you're not going to the simple solution. Why? Black Magic says, I want to know why everyone is jealous of a girl we will never see. You know what? I can't be jealous of nobody I ain't never laid eyes on. I don't think anybody's jealous of her. Neophyte Bakar says, I say blessing folks. Say Faith, are you driving a freight if you don't mind me asking? Um, no, I'm not. All right, let's go look at I don't even know who that person was. CK, are you still there?
Yeah, I got the screen share if you want to. I mean, you cooking on your own, but if you want the screen share, it's ready.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. We can always show. This is what this nigga remind me of. This right here. This nigga look like a burnt black. This nigga should never let the word oogly, ugly, or any variation of the word accidentally escape his lips. When you walking around looking like a whole cartoon character. You know, CK, I felt sorry for kids like Fantastic when I was coming up. I used to actually fight for people like him.
What you mean
Because
fight for him?
oh yeah, I used to because it would be little kids like Fantastic, right? You would go to the school and they would be throwing rocks at them and calling them ugly and tar baby, and I hate bullies. I
Dang, y'all
can't
school was like
stand
that?
bullies. Oh yeah, our school was terrible. And I remember I would fight for girls, I would fight for boys, I would fight for everybody that I saw getting picked on. I don't like bullies. But then what happens when the person getting picked on grows up to be a bully themselves?
They just as bad as the bullies.
Exactly. It's just like the kid that got molested. And then they turn around and they start doing what was done to them to other people. And
Okay, R. Kelly.
yes, Fantastic is, goddamn it, like R. Kelly when it comes to being a self-hating Negro. And it's always the darkest, blackest, dustiest, unattractive Negroes that display the self-hating attitude. Think about it. Yes, bullies are cowards. You know, Fantastic makes black men with his complexion look bad because of everything that he represents and embodies as a despicable human being. You know, instead of embracing his color, instead of embracing black beauty in all shades, light, brown, dark, instead of being a leader, this nigga leads the pack of self-hating Negroes. Instead of choosing to use his power for good. And make no mistake, Fantastic is not a dummy. I used to be a follower of his. I used to be subscribed to his channel. Now, what the mistake that I made was mistaking book knowledge with common sense. This Negro can regurgitate some stuff that he read in a book, but he ain't got no goddamn common sense. Anytime you sit up here and you looking at a whole white woman and you caping harder for this white woman than you would your wife and your dark-skinned daughter. And this woman is a whole white woman in blackface. And people are telling you this is what she is, and you are denying the masses. You refuse to look into it, and then she make you look a goddamn fool. Then you turn around and you just, hey, rinse, repeat, recycle. Rinse, repeat, recycle. This damn simptastic, fantastic simp fantastic dummy will forever be being used by these light-skinned hoes. And make no mistake, I believe that the light-skinned wife that he finally married, she's probably tired of his dumb ass. The military benefits is not going to hold her there. And so now he needs the fantasy of the avatar. Yeah, Dita Rail, he not a dummy, but he sure is looking like a fool. Yeah, Deity is a genius because she's making the entire Manosphere 3.0 and their ilk look weak right now. She played them. Well played, Deity. Well played. You got these Negroes looking like. Here's the thing. I really hate, going back to this Matrix crap and this red pill, blue pill stuff. But these Negroes are looking real blue pill right about now. They looking real blue pill right about now. Oh yeah, I got to go in. Deity does not have a channel. Oh, yes, she does. It's called Jessica X's channel. So if you go over there to Jessica X's channel, you will find Deity pretending to have a British accent. Dita Rail says she told me she was trying to think of a way to get a platform without camming up, and she did. She told you that, D? Oh, damn.
He might as well come up and he might as well come up and break it down.
D, you want to come up? Hold on a second. Let me drop the link. Hold on a sec. I'm going to drop the link, D. I need you to break this down for me. And then also tell us about your channel getting flagged. So there, I got the link down there for D Rail to come up and break that down for us, please. Wow. Yeah, but these guys are looking real blue pill right about now. It's kind of like Jessica X is the Matrix, right? And I don't know, like who would be Neo? Would Rude be Neo? Would Rude be the person that's trying to wake everybody up?
So basically, Jessica would be the black woman who was like the oracle, kind of leading people down the wrong path. And then Rude would be Neo. She makes people eat the cookie to change their code. You take the red pill, you don't escape the Matrix, you go to another tier because there really is no escape. And that's the problem, is they think that they've escaped something, but in actuality, it's just another tier of the same Matrix, because Zion is all about control. So her channel is basically controlling people who think they're free, but they're really not.
So all these red pill people are actually not red pill. They still in the Matrix. So basically, Jessica just put them in a whole nother section of the Matrix called Simp Nation. They over there blue pilling it up, thinking that they got the red pill, but nope. They just in another spectrum of the Matrix.
Yep, saying it's another tier of it.
All right, I think we got D Rail here. Let me go ahead and add him to the stream. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Just over here breaking down the foolery over here.
I may have to check my channel again because it shouldn't have allowed me to log in like this. They may have I sent out an appeal earlier today due to my channel being shut down, but I'm gonna get to that, but I want to get to the other topic earlier. But um, I did a lot of research over the past few days looking for evidence of certain things that happened with Diddy and Mr. Fantastic. And um, what happened was, as I looked at the whole time, Diddy has been plotting to do a channel for a long time before she came into doing, before she created the character Jessica X. I remember back in, I want to say last year around this time, I want to say November, October, Diddy was like, I want to do a channel, but I don't want to cam up. And she refused to do, and I told her, I basically told her, don't cam up. I actually told her don't, because I actually have seen a picture of her. I seen a video of her, and I was able to verify that was her. And I said, Diddy, if you do it, because she actually is a very attractive girl, and she's actually more attractive than the Jessica X that's the avatar. However, she doesn't fit that, that SYSBM Mr. Fantastic, um what I would say, perspective of what Black Beauty is supposed to look like, or she don't have that exotic look, but she actually is a very attractive young woman. And I told her, I said, you know what, don't cam up, because if you cam up, they're gonna focus more on how you look than the things that you want to talk about. And so that was my advice to her. And she was like, okay. And then, but she was, she just kept thinking about, like, I want to do a channel. Everybody asking me to do a channel. They like the way I do this and say that. And because we would talk routinely throughout the week all the time, like at least 3 or 4 times a week. We'll call each other, talk about different stuff. She came on my before all of these guys knew Diddy. Diddy, um, I knew Diddy since 2018, and at the time my channel was way smaller. But she came in. She decided she was always interested in doing YouTube, debating and all that kind of stuff, saying all kind of controversial stuff. And she began to once my channel began to, get a little steam or whatever, she came on every week, at least 2 or 3 times a week. She was basically making things pop off. A lot of people was trying to figure out who she was and so forth. And then as I started bringing on other people on the panel, such as BMT and other people, she started venturing off, and she went on BMT's platform for a while. She would go back and forth to BMT, and then she went to B1, and then she started going to Mr. Fantastic. And then, we again, every now and then we would discuss, she would ask me about, well, D, I want to do this, or, D, I want to do a channel, but I don't want to, she was always just on this thing about not camming up or not showing a picture. I said, what about this? I told her, okay, if you don't want to cam up, why don't you just do an avatar of a picture of yourself, or you don't want to do that, then just put like a design or something like that, if you that concerned about that. And she was thinking about it, whatever. And then all of a sudden, this Jessica X person comes up, and I showed a video. The first video that I showed was a video of Diddy going in on Jessica X, and what I was trying to convey in that video was the fact that in the interaction that me and Diddy had, Diddy spoke in a way in which she never met Jessica X, and they never had a conversation. And that's what I was trying to get people to understand, that they were saying that Jessica X and Diddy actually um, did some content together on a panel. That never happened prior to, and that video was dated May 25th of this year. They never was on anybody. So if anybody's saying that, oh, they did this, that happened. That never happened. And I think somebody told me that B1 actually stated that the guys from B1 stated that they never had any video showing them together at one time, because it never happened. The second video, which was what I was planning to show today, which I actually thought was going to, spark some interest, because the second video actually I posted, if anybody remember, I posted last night a picture showing Diddy on my panel and Jessica X was on the panel. with myself. That all got shut down at around 3 a.m. this morning. So I did if I would have been able to post it earlier, I probably would have got a bigger response. But because I posted it late, it didn't get the response I thought it was going to get, and then it got taken down. So it took me about 3 hours to find, well, not 3 hours, but about 3 hours on and off looking for it. I found a video that I did actually 3 days, 2 or 3 days after that video. And it was actually the last 15 to 20 minutes where I was actually talking about B1 Network doxing, actually doxing Mr. Fantastic and doxing some other people and so forth. And then in that video, I noticed during that week, this was the last week of May, Jessica X was popping up every time Deity was in a show. She popped up and would say stuff or just speak and say stuff. When when the video that I was going to show today, I was actually supposed to do a live today. I was planning to do a live to talk, to kind of show and prove to everybody what happened. When she went live with me on the panel, Diddy was already on the platform for about 2 hours. When she popped on, before she popped on, she told me, I'll come up, but I'm not going to come up unless the other people leave. And I said, okay, that's fine. But what happened was Diddy never left. Diddy stayed on there, but she was quiet. And then Jessica X came up. Now, for people that are not familiar with Diddy, and for those who are, that seen her a whole bunch of times on my platform, Diddy is not one to not hold her voice for anything, particularly people she got issues with or have said stuff about her. Is nowhere in hell I would believe that Diddy would sit there for about 5 minutes quiet as me and Jessica X going back and forth. When Jessica X came on the platform, there was no verbal exchange between Diddy and Jessica X at all. Jessica X was talking to me, and she made a proposition. She gave me a proposition about, um can you come on my channel and do a show, and let's do a one-on-one and have a discussion. I said sure. I said I don't, and that would led to when I came on her platform and we did a one-on-one, and so forth. But she came on there to ask me, I'm not responsible for the porn bombs that happened, because somebody was coming on the panel showing pornographic videos and different stuff like that. They were trying to get my channel shut down. And I don't know whether or not that was her or that was somebody else from SYSBM, because the heat was on me. They were really, really trying to get my channel shut down. And I had a lot of little enemies from that camp and so forth. So as me and Jessica X was talking, Diddy was totally quiet. This is very atypical of Diddy. I'm talking, it don't matter who comes on the panel. If they say something she don't agree with, or somebody she don't like, she yelling, she cursing. She was one to say whatever, she cursed like a sailor. So there's no way. But see, when she did that, I didn't really think nothing of it, because at the time, I thought, well, maybe
I
she.
think I remember that. I was there
Yes,
for that stream.
yes, you were, exactly. Matter of fact, you were the one. You were the last person that left. It was Up the Unicorn was on there. You came on when Jessica X asked to come up. You left, but Diddy stayed on there, and Jessica X did
Yeah,
not.
and I thought it was weird that Deity was so quiet because she came to my panel a few times and hell, she took over.
Exactly. And that's the kind of personality she have. You actually have to tell her to, hey sister, slow down. Yeah, you trying to let everybody speak. Diddy is one to run her damn mouth and just run it and go. Once she get going, she get going. And there's no way in hell a person like that would all of a sudden show discipline for a person that you was vehemently cursing and yelling in on my platform multiple times. And if anybody saw that last video, she was calling her everything in the book. Keep your name out my mouth hole. Keep my, this bitch. Da, 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 da. She was saying all kinds of shit. And there's no way all of a sudden she come on there and then you decide to just be quiet and don't say one thing. And that's facts. And see, that was the
Yeah.
video. See, that was the video I was trying to get everybody to see, to be like, damn, that don't make no sense. That really, and for people that know that known Diddy be on stuff, they know damn well Diddy is not one to be quiet, particularly for 5 minutes for somebody she's supposed to not like. Please, that just never happens. So I didn't get a chance to do that. My channel got shut down. I don't know what the reasons. They told me that I was committing hate speech and that I was actually saying stuff to harm somebody else and some BS. I did an appeal, so I don't know if they're gonna lift it or not. But I wasn't. I guess they may have lifted it because I wasn't supposed to be able to come up under this avatar. But I'm gonna
Well,
have to check.
I'm glad you got your channel back. I hope that that's what that means, that you got your channel
Yeah,
back.
I hope it is because I wasn't able to log in and do anything. So what ended up happening after that? Okay, I never forget. And this is another thing that I wanted to post. While I was debating, well, I wasn't even debating. We were having a conversation the whole time. Actually, before Jessica X came up, this was something else that strangely happened. I don't know if you remember this, but you was actually on the panel, and Diddy was saying, D, why you think you want to continue to go on about these guys going across seas, messing with these different girls and stuff like that? D, you sure you don't want it? She kept saying, leave it alone, move on, go to different topics. She kept saying that. And for some reason, I was thinking, well, maybe, she tired of me beefing with other people and stuff like that. But when I was looking at the video last night before I was going to, because what I was going to do was I was going to let everybody listen to like the last 15, 20 minutes. And I noticed in the conversation, she was like, just let it go, move on to something else, D. We want to talk about this or that. You don't want to dwell on this. And I'm like, what? I was like, and I said, no, no. I said, if they say something crazy,
Right,
I'm
because
going to
she didn't
respond.
want you doing that because she knew that she was on that Jessica X stuff.
Yeah. And so what would have happened is she would have been going back and forth from my channel saying stuff about the same people that she probably was in cahoots with, because I was actually talking about Fantastic and other people that she was going on panels with as Jessica X. So it makes sense. And so after that occurred, I think the later on that night or whatever, I did the one-on-one with Jessica X with the interview. In the interview, I kid you not, and I was going to post this and let everybody know, Diddy was texting me during the interview. She was texting when Jessica X claimed during the interview, and you can, and for anybody that want to check, you can go back and check the one-on-one. She renamed it one-on-one therapy session with D Durrell. If you check, Jessica X took a break. When Jessica X took a break, she took a break for like 5 to 8 minutes. And then when she took a break, I was going in, calling them names in the background, people in the chat. I was saying all kind of crazy stuff to them, calling them lame and different stuff. I was just saying whatever, being offensive toward them, and they was typing stuff back. And then I was talking about the guy Marco Grande. I was talking about him being a simp and different stuff. When she took a break, Diddy was like, she texted me. I was on my iPad and I was on the computer, and she was like, D, leave the chat. This ain't working. This ain't you. She was like, they making you look bad. And this, I said, I don't think I'm looking bad. I said, I mean, this is, of course, they're gonna think that I'm in their space or whatever. Of course, they're gonna just try to discredit whatever I was saying. And she was like, nah, you looking like crazy. You need to go ahead and leave. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and stay. And then she was like, okay, and if you want to look crazy, that's you. Da, 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 da. I just took it as whatever. Okay, she whatever. This is just her being her. And so I continued on for maybe another 20 plus minutes. And then as soon as she stopped, Jessica X came back on and started asking questions. Facts. And so
Wow,
and that's
wow.
but I never see it. It didn't make sense to me then, because number one, I didn't even really know who Jessica X. She just kind of popped up. It was a name I vaguely heard about, but it just popped up all of a sudden on my platform and start saying hey to people. The people in my chat, like Uppity and some other people, they knew who she was, but I didn't know who she was. And so she she basically, as soon as Jessica X took a break, Diddy started texting. And then when Jessica X came back, Diddy said what she said. I mean, immediately after she said, do whatever if you want to look crazy, this or that. Like within about 10 seconds, okay, I'm back. I'm like, okay. And so we start back talking, and then immediately I got kind of, because all she did was ask questions about Diddy. The whole time we were talking, she talked about Uppity. She mentioned you. She mentioned Uppity a bunch of times, and then she mainly talked about Diddy, saying all kind of words and stuff, calling people faggots and pedophiles and different stuff like that. And then she, I got a man. I said, "Won't you cam up?" I said, Then I cammed up and was like talking over her and stuff. And then I just said, "You know what? I'm just leave this. I'm tired of playing these games," and I just left. And then that was that. And then from that point, I didn't hardly hear from Diddy again till probably the following week. She came on BMT's platform. She texted me about doing a show or something on cloud chasing, something like that. And then I didn't respond back to that for some reason. I don't know why I didn't respond back. That was like June 7th. And then from that point, I never heard from her again until she came back on about a couple of weeks ago, saying that, I'm with a white man. I'm into interracial, and she was trolling. And to me, it all makes sense. But if I was able to play that, you will look at that and be like, wow, this all makes sense, because there's no way, you know. And that was to me. I think that probably was the only. I think I have the only proof as far as them actually being on a platform together. And that was the only thing, because I can't think of anybody else. B1 said that never happened, and nobody else, even though they claim the footage is out there. There's really not any footage out there to support that, because if it was, they destroyed it. And why would, and to me, if they had it, it would show proof that actually in support for her, not against the fact that she's not who she says she is. So if that was proof, they would have been showed that proof. They actually would have
Yeah.
showed that proof. That proof would have been actually more damaging to everybody else against her than that fake ass video that they showed earlier today. Because all you have to do is take a third party platform and have somebody videoing it and screen. All you have to do is copy your screen, or do the, what do they call it, where you can show your screen or whatever, and you doing a voiceover. That's all you have to do. That's all, that's not difficult to do. I have XSplit. I got another platform called Doxy Me for my practice when I do online stuff. I can actually talk over something and somebody is not saying anything, and they could be recording stuff on their phone instead of their own face while we're seeing each other, and it could have had the same effect. So that was nothing but people willing to fall for anything or whatever is can spark emotion and so forth. But that's, to me, that's, I know it's not Diddy, because Diddy, when I spoke to Diddy about a week and a half to 2 weeks ago about her trolling BMT, acting like she was with a white man or pregnant for a white man. Um, when I text her, she immediately responded. There has never been a time in the 2 years I've known Diddy in which I called her and she didn't respond back quickly, or within an hour or two. Never. This is the first time where I have ever contacted Diddy and she never responded. She has yet to respond to me since the incident with her voice being exposed. I emailed her, and I called her, and contacted her through Google Hangout. She has yet to respond to anything, to nothing. So until she responds back, I have no choice but to believe that that's her, because I would be asking her questions and she don't want to expose herself. And to me, I'm cool with it. I really ain't even really tripping about it, because Fantastic is the one that's looking stupid. So it's really not her that's the one. When all of this gets exposed, and the truth really, where we can, is undeniable. Which to me, that voice reflection or whatever, the sound of her voice, any person with common sense would know damn well That you don't go from having a deep, slow voice to having a goddamn sharp and piercing voice, and then after you figured out somebody exposed it, then you go back to talking in the British voice within the matter of 10 seconds. And I want other people to also, if you listen to that video, you will hear somebody in the background saying, "Oh shit," as if they knew something went wrong. And that was something that I had caught when me and Rudemp, we listened to it over and over. I went on the panel to talk about it, and we replayed it, and you could hear that in the background. So this is obvious, Diddy. I mean, I'm like, hey, look, the jig is up. It's no. I mean, you all can try to play stupid. The only people who are in on this are the people who are actually benefiting from this financially. That's it. And if
Yeah, and I'm starting to look at DJ Cuda sideways too.
Yeah, because Kuda kept saying, as it's like this, and this is another thing. Don't you know when? And this is another thing I wanted to point out. Man, I got to go back in the archives and so much shit. DJ Kuda was sending. This is he didn't really know about me, but he actually talked ill of Diddy. And I remember around that time, I asked Diddy. I said, Diddy, do you know DJ Kuda? I said he called you Purple Circle. He was saying that girl she got a big mouth, she unruly. He was saying negative stuff about her. And she was like, who the hell is that? Who the hell is Cuda? I don't know him. Da, 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 da. I said, well, he sure act like he know you pretty well, you know. And I'm like, was she basically already in cahoots with them? Because now it's seeming like, and I like DJ Cuda. I mean, I'm cool with them. I really ain't got nothing bad to say about him, but it just looked kind of fishy the way it happened because he has claimed that he has saw Jessica X before. He saw her cammed up, and he's the only one to say that. Even Fantastic has said he's never seen her cam up. So I don't think that if 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 Kuda was able to see her, he saw basically Diddy cammed up. He did not see he did not see no Jessica X. That didn't make sense. That's just how I am looking at this from its entirety as a whole. This shit don't make no sense. It's actually funny and comical, and
Well, now Rude has said that the actual picture she's using in her avatar is a picture of a dead woman.
okay, he did say that, but he has to prove that. I mean, I actually believe him on that, but he has to. I'm not. I'm going to say this. I believe that can be possibly true, but you're gonna have to prove that. You're gonna have to show the MySpace page that he's referring to, how because that did happen where people would use old MySpace pages from the early 2000s and of people who died, and they would show and do catfish. That does happen, but you're gonna have to show proof of the MySpace page or something else that links that picture to that. You just can't. I mean, nobody's gonna believe you at that point without you showing some level of evidence to connect the pictures to the actual site or another person. And other than that, it's gonna fall on deaf ears because they're already trying to look for a reason not uh to believe anybody and try to discredit whatever accounts that anybody says that supports the fact that that's not Diddy. I mean that's not Jessica X. I mean, my thing is that is any rational person that heard that tape would know damn well that that person was fake. I mean, to me, it's a mute point in my opinion to even argue it. I don't even know why people are still arguing it. I would be moving on to the other shit that's going on, with her not camming up, her claiming to act like she's in London and all this other different stuff. Those are the things I'll be focusing on. Then I'll be attacking Mr. Fantastic or crazy looking ass. That's what I would be focusing on. But all this other stuff, like it is no denying it. And you got people in there. You can. This is so stupid. You can actually go from having a British. How can you go from a British voice to a regular? There's no British person I've ever heard, and I've been around people that are British, even at their best trying to make an American voice. There's no way in hell you gonna go from from making a British voice to an American voice and go back to making a British voice, and it distinctly sounds different. Unless you're a goddamn actor or somebody like that that has practiced. There's some natural common person. You cannot get away with something like that. Just I mean, this is beyond me to even why we even having this conversation. It's like,
But I mean, it could be the other way around too, because even if she's not using a Britishizer, there are people that can fake American accents as well. So what if it's the other way around, and maybe it's not the British accent that's fake, maybe it's the American accent that's fake.
but you got to understand when she said it's cool, that came out natural. That was some natural, like, this is really me. That did not sound contrite. You know, that sounded like, you know, I'm frustrated, I'm in my emotions. Cause like the way it came out was like she got tired of repeating herself. Like she was being
Hmm.
her natural self. Because they remember they kept saying, is it cool? They kept asking her, is it cool? And she was like, yeah, it's cool. Then she said, I said it's cool. And when she said it in that manner, that was natural. I can't believe you go from a British. Why would you fake an accent out of frustration?
Right.
You can you
That's
can't
true.
fake you can't fake something out of frustration. Yeah, that's just like someone, you, like they say, it's easy to tell the truth, but it takes talent, or it takes thinking to tell a lie or remember a lie. You can naturally tell the truth about something, but when you lie about something, you have to think, or it doesn't come off as smoothly. And I'm just saying, from looking at that, I mean, there's no way you can convince me. I don't care what they put out, that wasn't Diddy. I mean, I've heard Diddy talk too many times over the phone, on the internet, on YouTube, to say that wasn't her. I mean, when I first heard it, because I noticed, because I was doing a live when everybody was trying to tell me you need to go to Root channel, I actually stopped my live stream to go and see what the hell they were talking about. And then I noticed when I came in, everybody said, D, listen to the tape, listen to the tape. And so I said, okay, let me listen to the. Then when I listened, I say, damn, that sound like Diddy. And then everybody was typing, and the chat was going crazy with this and that. And there's no, I mean, there was no thinking about it for me. There was no pondering or kind of, okay, well, it could be this. Nah, when I heard that voice, I initially thought that was the first person came to my mind. I was like, man, that sounds just like Diddy. That sounds like Diddy, with no doubt.
And
You
see,
know,
the way that you described Deity earlier, as far as her physical appearance, she sounds like a phenotypically black woman. Would I be wrong to make that assessment?
mm, she she doesn't have. I'm gonna say kind of in a way, but she has certain features like Diddy's hair texture is not typical of most black women, and she doesn't have strong. You know what she kind of remind me of a little bit. If she reminds me, the person that I could closely associate how she looks is probably Irene Yvette. She looked kind of like that, a little bit like that, kind of similar to Irene Yvette, of anybody that I've seen on YouTube, as far as that we could be familiar with. Just a kind of, her face is a little bit more maybe thinner and so forth, but she doesn't have like thicker lips or nose and or anything like that. She definitely look like she's not anything like you're gonna be ambiguous or nothing like that. She is brown skin. She actually would, because I actually, when I first talked to her, I thought she was darker, because see, the way I met Diddy was through um some content that I did on Rashida Strober, and that's how she learned about me, because I had did some stuff about her doing an interview on O'Shea's channel, and then she popped up on my comment section and wanted to talk to me about darkism and stuff like that. She gave me her information. We contacted each other, and then we talked over the phone. We hit, it was cool. We talked, and we was cool and everything, talking about a lot of topics. She was very pro black on a lot of stuff. But when I saw her picture, I thought I was going to see more of a darker tone female and stuff like that. But Nah, that's not what I saw.
But
Um,
how can you be sure that that's her in the photo?
because I did the research on the photo.
Okay, okay.
It- I did the research. She sent me. I know her real name and everything. I know a lot about her. And so when I interacted with her, I had her information. I actually wasn't even, be honest with you, I didn't start calling Diddy until probably last summer. Before that, I was calling her by her real name. I knew her first and her last name. And then I never forget, we had stopped talking probably for about 2 or 3 months or so. Whatever. And then she popped up and called me again because she kept asking me about doing a live stream. And at the time, I wasn't doing live streams that much. I was strictly doing videos. And in that, she called me whatever out the blue. She's like, "Hey, what's going on?" This and that. She was like, "So when you gonna let me do a show?" I'm like, I said, "Whenever. We'll go live. If you want to go live, we'll go live." You know what I'm saying? And so we
But Rail, this is what is not making sense to me because the woman that you described, she sounds beautiful. You know,
she
you
is
you you,
she
you even
is,
say
man.
she's
She
beautiful.
she is she's a very attractive. I'm telling you, if I showed her picture, she looks better. She looks way better than Jessica X.
Okay, so then why not just be herself?
She don't want to show her, for some reason. I think some stuff that she's in, because I do know that Diddy is into um some stuff with the government where she's getting government funding or something like that. I think with
Mm,
housing or something, and I think she don't want to screw that up because of her controversial, rhetoric that she puts out. That could, if somebody wanted to dox her, they could maybe mess that up for her, and that's probably
yeah, yeah. In Negro too, they'll try to get you
yeah.
fired from your job and everything else.
Exactly. Yeah. But I mean, Diddy has like long hair. It's like a long, silky, like kind of straight. I mean, and she's actually natural, but her hair is like real kind of silky. Like she had the way she had it.
Is it like Chili from TLC?
Yeah, something like that, but maybe a little coarser, maybe a little bit more straighter than that. Something like that. Something similar to that. I mean, she has
She
not.
sounds like she might be a little have some Indian in her.
I don't know. I don't know. She never really talked about, but her hair is like real silky. Like it was kind of up the way she had her hair up, but you could see the texture of her hair. She had really nice, beautiful eyes, little kind of big eyes, kind of, but they kind of stand out. They're not too big, but they. I mean, she's pretty. She's a very, very beautiful woman. Like she looked, like I said, she looked way better than the Avatar did. I mean, so I'm like looking at this like she looks better than that. And so, but I really do think that she was really looking for something in which she could, hustle these niggas out of money. And this was the grand plan that she thought of, to pretend to be the very template of what they, go crazy over, and just placate to whatever, you know, that they want. Because notice, she never really came out and really came up with any terms or phrases or different things of her own. All she did was repeated everything that they stated. She never came up with
Right.
anything. All she did was repeat it and agree to everything that they were saying, and they went along with it. That's it. That's all she did. But you know what? Another thing I think that kind of, I noticed that when she interviewed, the times that we went one on one with each other, even though she's been respectful to other people, she never was really aggressive towards me. It was like, it was always very um cordial, no matter what. It is, and it's like, because basically, even though me and Diddy probably had maybe 2 or 3 arguments about some pro black stuff, and I've kicked her off my channel before because of some stuff she was doing and crazy stuff. Every now and she'll say some stuff that people would be turning an eye to and stuff like that. But she was always very respectful of me, and there was another guy named Israel Bound that was on my platform. Both of us, she would all, even if she disagreed with us, she would show us a certain level of respect that she wouldn't show other people. Like if somebody else came at her a certain way, she probably just would have went off cursing and yelling, saying all kind of crazy stuff. And we were like the only two people I think that um, would say whatever, and she'll just take it in, not trip about it, or what have you. And so, because I noticed when I seen her interact with other people, she would say stuff or this and that, even though she wouldn't curse or whatever, she wouldn't say nothing offensive to me, to like face to face. She would say stuff about black women, but when I noticed when she interacted with other people, she would actually say something offensive to them in kind of a low key sarcastic manner and stuff.
Yeah, because she's done me like that before.
Yeah, but she has never done that. Like she never said, "Oh, D. Darrell, you're like this," or "You a simp," or "D. Darrell, you are, you're lame," or "You're lying about your practice." She's never done nothing like that. you know, and I know even for myself, I was, and really be honest with you, I really didn't say much of negative about her. I was just talking more about her being fake and phony was pretty much the main thing. So yeah, so I mean, to me, like I said, man, I'm just like thinking everything, like of everything that happened and how it went down. But I noticed I didn't talk to Diddy prior to 3 weeks ago. As the Jessica X phenomenon continued to grow, we had zero contact between that time. Zero contact. So July, August, September, October, for 5 months almost, we had no contact.
But you know what? People like Deity would be like the best weapon. If you ever wanted to infiltrate an organization and you saw what the weakness is, I think that's what she did. She saw the weakness in the manosphere and she was able to infiltrate by not even having to show a picture, or not even show a picture, but cam up to show who she is or anything. And she knew that she could get away with it. That's genius. I have to say, that is pure D genius. And she's got them over here looking stupid now. And Fantastic is the leader of the Dum Dums. Oh, Chef Disaster says she got your channel taken down, bro. Uh-oh, what happened to CK?
Yeah, I'm here. He must have fell off.
Oh, okay. Oh, here he is. He's back.
Hello.
All right. All
Okay.
right. Got
Oh,
you.
go ahead. You say she's like the best person to infiltrate.
Yeah, I would say she's the best.
She is, man. Man, Diddy's very very she's a very intelligent woman. I mean, despite, even though people get caught up in the yelling and screaming and stuff that she'll say, but behind all of that, man, she is very very smart woman. I mean, I got to give her props. And you can, in my interaction with her, even early on, you can really tell that she very charismatic, very smart, very consistent with her thought process about a variety of different things and so forth. Some stuff, I kind of scratch my head because she kind of go in the deep end on some Hebrew Israelite stuff, because she was a Hebrew Israelite, or she is a Hebrew Israelite. Matter of fact, and she go into that Hebrew Israelite doctrine stuff, and that was really most of the argument that we would have about things about that.
Oh, no wonder she didn't get along with me very well.
Yeah,
Because you know how I feel about the Hebrew Israelites.
yeah,
They really,
she
they
was.
oppress the women too much for me.
Yeah, she was big on the Hebrew Israelite stuff, and she was one that would admit to being submissive, would admit to, hey, I would do this and do that, and she was in line with that type of doctrine and so forth. And you know,
But then
uh
that would explain how she knows how to be submissive in one light, but then she becomes who she really is in the other light. If you really think about it,
yeah, there's a lot of parts, very there's a lot of complexity when it
because
comes
those
to her.
Hebrew Israelite women, boy, they be having to put up with some nonsense. I don't see how they do.
And those guys, a lot of them guys from the Hebrew Israelites, a lot of them are some very, to me, they very loud and obnoxious, and they don't have a lot of substance with them. That's the issue I got with a lot of they do a lot of talking, but their work they kind of remind me of a lot of these guys that's on the manosphere. They do a lot of talking, but they want to over exert themselves, but they haven't done like real things to basically substantiate them doing that. You know what I'm saying?
They
Like
they they haven't earned the submission that they
exactly.
expect from others.
Exactly. There's a lot of Hebrew Israelites, a lot of them guys, man, all they do is sit on the street with a goddamn what is one of those little announcement things, whatever that you can talk through, yelling and screaming about the Bible and shit. That's they I mean,
A
matter of fact,
loudspeaker.
yeah, the little speaker thing. They man, I'm a matter of fact, in the Galleria area, in the Galleria Mall, I know every Saturday when before COVID, you would see Hebrew Israelites out there from like 12 p.m. to like 6, 7 o'clock for like 5, 6 hours out there trying to argue with people and talking through the goddamn speaker, about the Bible and why you this and why you that and all that. They're very fanatical, but they're loud, man. They're very loud with it and stuff. And some people would stop and they'll make a big scene, but I'm
You
like,
know, I it really, really amazes me how these Hebrew Israelites can't afford to keep air conditioning in their women's car, but they
exactly.
sure can't afford those megaphones. So
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Them guys, a lot of them guys, uh, trying to, and then a lot of these guys that go into that religion, they go into it because they want to reap the benefits of knowing they can be around a group of women who will agree to polygamous type behaviors and shit. Like I'm like, dude, you making 10.25 an hour trying to have 3 wives. Please stop. Just stop. Just stop. I mean, you get in these situations. Like I knew a couple of guys, and they tried to pull off like this. The stuff that I know everybody heard of Brother Polite, right? Man, a lot of these guys,
Right.
they'll get with 3 women, right? And what they'll do is they'll basically be pimping the women in a way in which the women are working, the women are all bringing in the money, and he's the manager of the money and putting the money in an account, and he's basically, they'll work and take care of the household while he sit there and try to start a business, and he'll basically control. He has a say in money that he's not even making. He'll pull all those resources together, start a business or some little fake scheme or whatever, or try to get into real estate or something like that to get passive income while they working 40 plus hours a week, bringing the money, paying all the bills. And that's basically what a lot of these guys do. They'll get a group of women and try to capitalize off of their resources. And many of those men that actually become successful in it, once they become successful in it, they'll leave those women and get another group of what they consider better looking women or better women. I've seen this with my own eyes.
you know what? I was over at Crimson. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hello?
She pretty much said the same thing. She was telling the story of this one guy that she was I guess a sister wife to or whatever, and she said that he would go and check on her. He would go out of his way to go and check on her. He was just they kind of just neglectful of her.
Yeah. That's the kind of shit that they'll do, man. Like, um those guys are not very hard working.
But you know, I just getting back to the whole Jessica X thing and deity, you know, the duality and you explaining all of this to the audience, it kind of lets us see how she's able to go from being a radical deity to submissive Jessica.
Yeah. And the thing about it is,
Because
Diddy's background, Diddy, the way Diddy grew up, Diddy grew up in an upper middle class household, and she grew up really good. She grew up in a very she come from a very successful family that had um, generations of wealth that was passed on from one generation to another. You know, Diddy did not grow up in the hood. Did not grow up poor or all this other, stuff like that. Diddy grew up in an affluent environment. To say she act like that, she come from a very good background. Straight up, really, she comes from a really, really good background. So she studied and played the role. That's what she did. Can you hear me, CK?
Yeah, because basically she's like Nunu off of that movie ATL.
Yeah, something like that. Kind of, yeah. What happened to Faith? She dropped off.
She might be going through the mountains. I mean, she'll be back
Okay. Yeah.
in a minute.
So my thing is that, man, I'm the reason why I'm tripping about it because I'm at this point now where I know it's her because the we had communication about a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago where we was talking and stuff. She did the little troller thing for 2 days. We were interacting with each other, and then soon as this happened, now the communication has ceased again. Where I've sent numerous correspondence and no response. Like, really? It just don't make any sense because she's not one to be lapsed with communicating with people. Or at least with me, she hadn't. She usually when I communicated with her, she never took a long time. I'm not saying she initially
I
just
think I'm back.
rushed to respond to me, but she wasn't taking days. I would say maybe an hour or two at the most to respond back to anything I would ask. Especially if it was about a show or her coming on a panel or doing a certain topic. Man, she was on that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, maybe she was trying to make another side hustle. This is her hustle. All I know is that the way Fantastic is acting is like he depended on this shit. He acting like this is like I got to pay the rent next week, type of thing. Like if I can't continue to make this money, I'm gonna be in some
What
trouble.
did you see how much he makes?
Yes, that's what I was saying. And the Negro tried to pocket watch me and was lying in the process of how much he made, saying that what he was making was equal to mine. He claimed he made $52,000, no, 54,000. And then he looked at a Google thing of what therapists may make on national average, and told me, "See, look what D. Durrell make. He's supposed to be this big time therapist, and look at me in the military. See, we make the same amount. He don't make that much more than me." I looked at that. I literally dropped out of my. I almost rolled out of my. When I saw what he did, and I saw he got some shit off of Google, I'm like, wow, man, these guys just. I'm like, dude, you don't even know the scope of the businesses I have. You don't know the scope of my practice. I'm in 3 different cities operating. My operations cover 9 different counties in three different cities. I'm like, stop. I'm like, Mr. Fantastic, stop. Just this is another thing I gotta say. It's something about how these guys will spread ignorance, the willfulness to just spread ignorance and just say you just don't know. I just don't get that. Like they would rather look good telling a lie and miseducating people
Yes.
instead of just that. They would rather look good and act and think they sound smart and they just spewing off falsehoods. And they would rather do that and just say the truth that I don't know. Just like that shit with when he got embarrassed with that white boy. Just say you don't know what intelligence test, and the white boy didn't know what intelligence testing was either. And they sat there and they had a conversation about shit that they shouldn't have had. They should have said that's above my pay grade. I don't know what this is about. I don't know enough about. But no, here they go arguing about the Mensa test, which in different which is a goddamn modified intelligence test that's not that credible. It's actually a simplified um, version of a real intelligence test that takes about 2 hours. If you take a real intelligence test, that takes 4 to 5 hours. That wasn't a true intelligence test. That wouldn't even hold up in court. if you were trying to evaluate mental competency and intelligence. I'm like, I'm listening to that. Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, y'all don't know what y'all have never. None of you have ever even implemented a test like
But
administered.
you have to remember, D. Darrell, online, everybody's an expert.
I'm like, dude, y'all don't know. I hear that. You're right, but I'm sitting there frustrated listening to these dudes make a fool of themselves. And the thing about it, the white boy was actually the biggest fool, and they made him look like he was the smartest. That was the most embarrassing thing about it. I mean, that was embarrassing. And I'm like, dude, I mean, I know people say, well, he sound like he's smart. I'm like, no, man. What he's a Negro that has some, he can be somewhat, he can gain attention of people, and he can gain. He's a Negro that talks a lot of shit, and he can gain the attention of people. And if you're not educated on the topic, you'll think he knows what he's talking about, and he doesn't. And my thing is that if he was that intelligent, he would have applied that intelligence to advance in ranking. So you mean to tell me you couldn't apply all of this swag and so-called swag and intelligentsia to perform well in your own job, low-level job, but you want to come on YouTube and act like you Nostradamus or something? I'm like, that shit don't make any sense. I'm like, come on,
But
man.
but
Like,
but you know what to expect now, D. Darrell. There will be a live stream tomorrow with our faces and avatars.
that's fine. That is fine because I can't respect somebody that tried to pocket watch me, and he was lying about his own pocket, trying to pocket watch me, like $3,500 a week, a month. That's
Right, and
nothing.
the thing about it is, I did it because he tried to shame Celeste, call her a broke bitch,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
all
yeah.
this
You're
type
right.
of stuff. And
Yes,
I'm sitting up here like, you sitting up here the brokest bitch on this motherfucking panel, calling somebody else a broke bitch.
exactly. I did. Then he tried to say I got some other stuff going on. I say whenever these Negroes start saying these fucking they start throwing stuff out the clouds about, oh, I got this project or I got this contract. They lying. Like, if you can't specifically articulate what the hell you got going on, you don't have to say what company. You don't have to say specifically the ins and outs. But if you can't in no sense clearly and concisely express what you're doing in a project, or you're doing this in tech, I don't want to hear nothing about it because it's lies. I'm like, dude, you coming up in here telling me that I'm a better man, and then he always say this stuff about he's a better man than every man. I'm better than you at everything. I'm like, brother, you can't hold water to me on anything. Like, it's no woman in her right mind would choose you over me, and I'm a married man. Matter of
Hold
fact,
on, wait, D. Darrell. I don't want
I,
to appreciate you
I'm
for having me on, Faith, but
Oh,
let me
I'm
get this out.
sorry, Zach. I meant to go ahead and introduce you onto the panel, but we had got caught up in the
what's
conversation.
up,
But
Zach?
welcome, Zach.
What's up, y'all? Look, listen, man. Let's get let's bring this shit to rest because I already figured this out 7 months ago with this space. I'm not surprised about nothing. I'm not surprised. Nothing really. I don't. I don't really think much about it. At the end of the day, I go to your shit, rule shit, Miss Fantastic shit, and certain people, they'll call me out. Oh, Zach, he was over there and he was this. So, what's up? The whole thing it is this is YouTube, y'all. We don't know these people personally. We can't judge them. I don't give a damn. I don't make a dime off doing it. Like, literally, like. But when it comes to the way they talk, based upon what state they from, I learn a lot. So I don't really get caught up in that. As far as the Mr. Fantastic and D. Darrell and the Jessica scandal, if you call it, like, I think it's pretty clever. Whatever rule is presented, I think all this shit keep black people going, don't it? I don't get caught up in all that, y'all. You got to pay attention to what goes on. Like, Regardless of what we hear in this space, anybody can be anyone. Don't we know that?
Yeah, but when you trying to shit on other people for being less, and you trying to propel yourself by trying to bring other people down, that's a problem.
That's black folk for you. That's black folks for you. Trust me. That's black
Yeah,
people
but
all
see,
the way.
I'm tired of black people, always saying that the negative stuff is just part of the culture.
Exactly. I agree with that.
You
I'm
know,
just
and actually, I think it was UCK that really broke down what the meaning of culture is. Actually, the meaning of culture, it doesn't mean everything bad. Actually, when people say that this is part of their culture, they're talking about the good stuff. But we
exactly.
always lump the bad
Yeah,
stuff in.
achievements.
Because we are
Yeah,
trauma
achievement.
people.
No, we misusing the word. That's what it is. We just misusing the words.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
But I mean, it is a clever thing, Faith. I mean, I'm tripping because I when I know when when I was looking at it like this, I can't even be mad at Diddy. Like it's to me, it's funny because to me, especially if it's making Fantastic look stupid, because it's really because see, to be honest with you, people are actually tripping on Fantastic more than Jessica because of his
Yeah,
behavior.
yeah, but D the real, you gotta understand. And BMT can back me up on this. BMT go anywhere in this space. Everybody knows BMT. He get pushed back, but not really. He can go wherever he go, and he can have his talking points and say what the hell he want. Why? Because we had conversation with these guys on these panels. It's not nothing personal. It's just I wouldn't be surprised if some chick can make these niggas super chat. I'm not surprised about it.
That's true. I'm not even mad anymore. Like the talking points, and shout out to Faith. What's going on, CK? I need to start doing what CK just did with his computer. I need to start doing that.
BBN,
Save,
BBN.
save me a lot. Well, see, that wasn't even VP. Was that? I don't even think that was VPN that CK just did. I think that was just a
It
pro.
was
Right.
yeah, what's going on BMT?
What's going on?
It was XSplit. It
Right.
was I did it I did it on your channel when I was on a panel one time on your channel. You're playing Record, and you were like, "Oh yeah, you like Record."
Right. No, and see, that's the thing. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you can do with streamer. Like, I remember I was brought like CK showed me how to broadcast my show. Get this, remember we did that, CK? I was broadcasting the movie review on my show on his show while we were reviewing it.
Right.
And so that's why I kind of laugh at the things that when people are like, oh well, listen to that. I'm like, once you know how to do the coding, you can pretty much do all kind of things with
Exactly.
the stream, and that's the thing. That's why I said streamer are gonna change the game for a lot of stuff. And I'm like, man, like y'all must not know how computers work. Like, do y'all really think people be in these spaces? I mean, there's a lot of bigger other channels or smaller channels where they'll record a video or get a footage and then just play it. And I mean, I got a mix on my side, so I'll be playing sound effects while I be doing shows and stuff. So I mean, it's very interesting. Like Faith just showed me how to do StreamYard on the go. Remember when you showed me how to do that, Faith? And I was like,
Oh
really?
yeah.
Yeah,
And
you
I could do
Face
that.
showed me that too.
Right. So once she showed me the game on that, boy, I started streaming all over. And now I can do. But see, I think the thing about it is people want to believe something so badly, they will ignore all logic and all truth. And so I stopped try to get people from snorting the rat poison. I don't even try no more. I'm just like, you know what? You got it. Fine. Like I'm done. I had people jumping on me saying that I brought Dee to this space, and I'm like, well, damn. Like, yeah, that's amazing. Like, I met
I thought
Dee.
D the real brought her here. Then I thought Mr. Fantastic, now BMT. Look at what we dealing with, fellas. Let's
but
put it together.
but see, like I said, but the thing about it is, I've kicked Dee off my show. Dee Darrell has kicked Dee off his panel. Like Dee is her own agent. Whatever she want to do, she will do it. And like honestly, people got mad at me when Dee jumped on and said that she was pregnant with a white man. And I was like, I had fun. I like acting. I like acting a lot. That's one thing. BBN. Shout out to our BBN family. We like we like acting. But you see, and I called that, and I said, what happened? Dee said that she was pregnant with the white man baby. What did they do content on? Dee was
Everybody
pregnant.
got upset about her being with the idea of her being with a white man.
And everybody ran with it believe me and Faith argued about that for a while. We argued about mixed babies for a while. So but that showed that people will run with and believe anything that is told. Now, let's also tackle the next thing.
Yeah, keep going, keep going.
So the next talking point is that this thing about, well, I won't pay a woman unless I get something out of it. That's a damn lie. That's a damn lie. Y'all just now lied. You just lied on your wallets and you lied on your dick. Because
pretty much.
Y'all been paying a woman over thousands of dollars and she never had to literally show a piece of skin not one time.
You crazy.
So you can't get mad. So how can you get mad at black women anymore if literally somebody you don't even know who or what shit? And I gotta let y'all know. I gotta let y'all know for real. Listen, there are some white girls that come off as black. There are some.
Yeah.
There are some black girls that come off as white. I was just on a show on a multiracial on a white panel. They thought I was a white guy until I cammed up and they said, "Oh my God, you're black," and I'm like, "Yes, I know. My political views sound a lot different." But see, that's because people automatically try to identify people with their connotations of how they talk or how they act. And see, that's why there's a difference of how we connotate people in the culture versus. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's very amazing. Like, y'all make it sound like we don't have any intellectual black people that can pull off being white if they talked on the phone.
Well, BMT, I don't want to cut you off, brother. I will say this though. Unfortunately, this space is consists of a variety of different black personalities, which is the ones who feel like, oh, I'm smart, I read, I do this. You niggas don't talk like me, so I think you're dumb. That's black folks all the way. I'm sorry. That's black people all the way.
But how can people say they are combating the gynocracy, but then they're paying the very same system that they're combating? And number two,
that's true too.
Okay, I listened for a while. Thank you for the $10 super chat, Chad B98. I will take $2 out of that for my Waffle House fund. The next thing,
Waffle House.
So the next thing about it is this. So a lot of people said that that women need to be submissive. Okay, I'm hearing a lot of this talk about submissive and high.
Shouldn't they be submissive? Hold on, wait, BMT. Let me ask you as a man. Me and you have children. You're married. I'm not. I'm single.
Okay.
2 kids by the same chick. We've been together for almost it was 8 years, with 7 years I would say, but it's 3 years later after that.
On the submissive, please. Let's not do that.
I don't want to do that. I'm just saying, shouldn't a woman be
well, first of all, I'm not submitting to nobody except for a man that I'm married to. I should not be having to be submissive to everybody. I mean, that is crazy.
That's why this space is so prominent. I don't want to go outside, Chuck. I'm gonna give it to you, BMT. But this is the thing about me being in this space, and this is the reason why I go on every panel, every content creator. I know all of y'all. I heard your talking points. I see what you look like as far as pictures or camera up. I figured it out. 4 years in, it's different. You can't talk this shit to me like you're smart and you know everything. You got to be realistic. Seriously, I don't believe none of that shit.
Now, but
You
now,
see
now,
what I'm
now,
saying?
now, hold on, Zach. Hold on. If this woman is the ideal woman of listening to male authority and following a male, why has she not submitted and doggone
Because
said, you know what? And I will be respectful, and I can at least give a courtesy to these men. And I
hold
can
on,
show you.
wait. Well, that's easy, BMT. Unfortunately, due
Mhm.
to black men conditions and the outcomes of what we see dealing with black women, we in a country where these women think they're better than you. Soon as they get a job, house, car, this, that, they think they're
No,
so
no, no,
fucking
no,
smart
no,
that
no, no, no,
they so
no, no,
irresponsible with their vagina that it
no,
make us look at them like, oh, you full of crap.
No, here
And
goes
a
What
lot
Zach.
of
the
them
hell?
don't like
You know
Come
dudes
what,
like
on,
me.
Zach?
Zach.
You you about to
A
get.
lot of them don't like dudes
Hold
like me.
on.
Look how I talk.
Zach,
You think
wait,
these women
hold
like
on.
me, they can't stand my
get him,
guts.
Zach.
Literally. Look how I talk.
Zach getting muted because he over here talking blasphemy. Talk.
Get him, Zach.
Let's get back to the topic.
So the thing about it is, these men, and I don't understand this. For such high value men, I never understood the fascination, right? Of that's like me keep paying on an Amazon package, but I've never received that package. I don't know what can a 23 or 24-year-old person teach 30 to 40-year-old men. I don't know how that works because all of us here are grown. All of us here are already it's in our own way of life, children, a staff. Y'all get what I'm saying? All of us here are already gotten our stuff together. But I'm seeing the counter. It doesn't make sense, but it's like a high schooler or somebody that's like in like their first year of college is teaching a bunch of grown. I mean, are y'all that lost? Are these people that lost that somebody? And it's crazy because y'all keep talking about all these high 6 and 7 figure earnings that y'all are making, but y'all don't even know this person works at J.C. Penney or works at the Quickie Market, and they're teaching you stuff that you literally watch on like what the View or like some kind of like clickbait on Yahoo News or something like that. I'm mind blown by how these dudes are like. I'm like, yo, dude, y'all need to throw out that high value word. There's no way. Ain't nothing a 23-year-old can teach me. I mean, unless you're trying to sell me a new cell phone, and that's when I got the girls at Verizon for. They showed me how to work a goddamn cell phone. Hell,
Well,
so,
that's the
but
power of media. That's the power of media, y'all. And
power media.
unfortunately, we separate black people who don't know that, who still think Santa Claus is real and you're barbecuing. And guess what? You're eating Thanksgiving dinner and soul food and greens. You
Okay.
goddamn nigga. That is what this space is about.
Oh, hold
Certain
on.
black
So,
people in here
it's
look at you
Steve
like you black
on this
if you eat
channel
pork.
learning
Some,
from.
some of us look at you different if you celebrate Christmas. Some of
It's
us, if you guess what? If you got
Zach.
American flags, the 4th of July, you a nigga. I'm sorry. That's why a
Zach.
lot of them don't like the shit that I talk. I do this
Zach.
in my real
Okay.
life, and
So
black
think about
people
that.
hate me, but I don't want to be
Okay.
around them.
So do you
I'm
need
sorry.
any? Do you have any young girls teaching you how to be a woman, Faith?
Hell no.
Between CK D Darrell, do you have any young females teaching you how to be a man that's like in their early 20s?
Not at all.
Nope.
CK, are you okay? So, and I already know damn well she already asked me about marriage, and I'm like, how can you tell me about marriage? You even got a ring on, so fuck you gonna talk to me about? So, Zach, what can she teach you? Well, we already know you definitely don't listen to a woman breathe or talk. So,
Pretty much,
so
but I'm just saying,
I'm trying to
I've
figure out
done
how
this.
are the 300 men, how are 300, so just let that sink in. So how are 3 to 400 men learning from somebody that literally is just, remind you, in your 20s, you're just starting out in life. So how the
Well,
hell is somebody teaching you something that literally doesn't even have a fraction? And then y'all listen to Didi. We've all, me and you have sat there and listened to Didi plenty of times. And so we already know Didi. Sometimes she says things, we like, okay, Didi, stop. Stop, Didi. You're going into whole faith. You done had the mama with the daughter talk with her. You saw where it went. So the only person who's been blessed not to have that conversation is CK. And you got to be covered in the blood when you talk to Didi sometimes. When she want to turn up, she'll turn up. So
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I've never seen, and I gotta be honest, I've never seen Didi and Jessica talk. I've never seen that happen because I remember when she first met me, all she called me was a coon, a monkey, a wannabe white boy. She
Yep,
called me
on my
everything.
platform.
That's so predictable. That's so ignorant and black of them. They would do that. Haven't you seen that? Didn't you figure it out?
They? Who is they?
Any black. Like, come on,
Come
man.
on, Zach. That's not
One
true.
thing you know is niggas. You know niggas. Let's be
Zach,
honest, y'all.
get her right. Get her right, Zach. Keep her in line. You got
Come
it.
on, Zach.
Here we go. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, the thing about it, I can never see Didi being on the same panel with Jessica because Didi is a catalyst trigger. If she heard Jessica talk, she's gonna call her a mutt because that's what she calls mixed people right off the rip. Like that's all she do. She calls them all kind of derogatory stuff.
Call
She
them
has
mongrels.
She calls them mongrels and all kind of things and all kind of timid things. You trust to believe when she was on the panel with you remember that mixed girl I brought on the panel one time?
Oh
All
yeah.
she did was harass her. And the girl works at a museum and she's ex-military. And all Didi did was harass her. So I know if she can't deal with that pro-black chick, I damn sure know she can't be on the panel with a Jessica. That would if y'all need to, I can pull up that episode with Israel. And I can show y'all how Didi acts with mixed people on a panel. If that y'all don't believe me, I will show y'all.
But BMT,
Hold on, wait.
that's what D Darrell was saying. D Darrell was saying that they were both on his panel at the same time, and
No.
Deity
Hold
got
on.
quiet when it Zach, please.
I'm
Deity
sorry.
got quiet when Jessica came on and addressed D Darrell, and that was the first time I had ever seen Deity be quiet for more than 5 minutes.
But see, that's the thing about it, Faith.
Can I say something? Can I be heard?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Zach.
Listen, let me get this out the way real quick. Let me get straight to the point. First off, as far as Jessica and Deity and all this other myth that everybody believe and all this other shit, this is the internet. You are on a platform. Let's be real about this, people. You don't know who the hell you're talking to, regardless if you think you do or not. This is the problem of social media and technology. The idea that it can really control the perception of people's thought patterns, especially the way people think. People people will take this seriously for real and literally being online, even though you're not interacting with people. Point blank period. I've been on the panel with Deity and Jessica X from what it's worth. I'ma just say it don't sound real to me. And I've been saying that months ago. But everybody laughed me off panels and dropped me down. And you aggressive, you disrespectful, that's cool. But I'm past that. I'm past all this shit. Because at the end of the day, you need to be having conversation with people who believe in values, family, uh, um, skills, careers, whatever. All the people that talk about rah-rah shit who just worrying about this, that should show you. You should be able to read personalities based upon how they talk. Black people are smarter than that. We're not that dumb. I can meet people right now in person. If you say some funny shit, I won't be around you, literally. And guess what? I know you a nigga, and I know you ignorant, and I will not be around you. So it's the same way online. I don't put it past nobody. I don't know. I don't have the facts. I don't give a damn. One thing I can say is I won't put it past nobody. That's what I would say.
So okay,
And I agree with what you're saying, Zach. The only thing that I have though is that, to be honest with you, I ain't got nothing against Deity, aka Jessica X, but it's these men in the manosphere that sit up here and eat all this mess up that I have an issue with. And the number one stupid coon that I have the issue with is fantastic.
They can't stand black woman guts over relationships. Look at what you did to these black men in these spaces. These guys say
She
they from
didn't
the
do what you
military.
mean
They say
did
they from
something. What
college.
did they do? Zach, you gotta quit. What I told you about this, man. You gotta
No, this
quit.
is being
You gotta
realistic,
look,
be real.
Zach.
I get where you're coming from, bro.
Zach? I
Because I'm
thought I
still
caught
going the
you
other
better than
side of the
this.
spear, and they
Zach,
gonna call you out about being on
Zach,
this panel. I get
Zach,
called out about being on these panels, y'all.
Zach, have you ever considered what they did to black women? or what they did to
They
each
didn't
other?
do anything. They feel like
No,
black
no.
women
What you mean they
have
didn't do
disregarded them
anything?
and
Oh, so
treated them wrong.
they're without fault.
I wouldn't say that. I would say I'm not God. One thing I will say is these men are not making this up. They've been in relationships with black women where
And
she
they fucked up those
disrespect.
relationships.
No, these black
They
women
messed up
disrespected
they
them like
messed up their
nothing,
own
and they
relationships,
fuck
Zach.
with some lower level ass dude that really pisses these dudes off, and they
Zach,
back for revenge.
Zach.
I mean,
These
back for
men,
revenge.
Oh,
Back for
okay,
revenge.
Zach, can you hate on black women on another day? Because this is about
I
Fantastic
don't
and
want to hate on
Jessica
nobody.
X.
I'm sorry about that.
Okay, so now here's the thing about it. Here's the thing. So, in action, and the thing that we have to ask the question is, what is the end game of all of this? Because putting this amount of time, and see, this is the thing I worry about. I don't understand. I could never be this. You understand? Like, I'm wondering what the people that are, married or anything like have any kind of interest with these people, what are they thinking? Because that to me would be like, okay, why are you defending? Like, if I was putting this much, and y'all heard what I said on my like, this is a lot of effort to put into somebody that you never met. This is a lot of effort, even too much for me. Like,
it's
I'm like,
called money, BMT.
shit, no. But here's the thing about it. Okay, let's say like this. Let's say me and Faith are married, right? But Faith see me going hard for somebody on social media, like no tomorrow. Okay. Instinctually, as a woman, she's gonna feel bothered by that. But she's gonna be like, why are you going hard for this bitch? I'm your wife. Faith, do I make sense what I'm saying, Faith? Like,
Yeah, that's all I've been saying.
Yeah,
That's what
now,
I
but
said on
if
D
your
Rail channel.
I'm telling you,
like Ruth said, if his wife already a foot out the house, what difference does it make?
right? No,
Shit.
see, and that's the thing about it, because for those of us who understand the marital goddamn balance, and this is the darker side of dating. Shout out to CK's channel on that. Listen, man, when you start stepping into these kind of things, y'all better be careful, because the people that live in your home, they're going to be questioning your loyalty. Like, what are you doing? Why are you so heavily invested in these people? Like, women are very territorial. That's like your woman going hard. That's like me as a man. I see my woman going hard for a nigga on Facebook. I'm like, damn, what's going on? Oh, well, they said this about him. I'm like, that ain't your man. You need to fall all the way the fuck back. That ain't your problem. So that would mean there has to be something more.
Exactly, BMT, exactly. So why is Fantastic going in so hard for Jessica? But when people came for his wife, he didn't even go in that hard for his own wife.
Well, I can answer that. I can't speak for that man because that's that
Oh
man
Lord.
business. I don't know his business. One thing I will say is the same reason why I'm in this space. You don't know what he goes on in his relationship in his real life. Guess what? This goes back to the conditions of black women screwing black men over so bad. Well,
But
we ain't gonna ride for you.
Zach,
We're not gonna
it ain't
support
no
you.
excuse,
Period.
Zach. I hear what
It
you're
is
saying,
an
but it
excuse.
ain't
You
no
don't know how that
excuse.
woman made that man
Come on,
feel.
Zach.
Are you
Let's
are you
use some
freaking
common sense,
serious?
Zach.
Are y'all realistic?
Zach,
Let's be honest. Are
Zach,
you realistic?
stop
Zach,
it,
I've got
Zach.
Zach,
I've got an
I
actual
kind
Zach,
of think
answer.
that you bringing your own personal
Zach,
stuff into this conversation.
Zach. It's no way.
I've
It's
got an
no
actual
way
answer.
anybody in their right mind is going to basically cape for somebody you never met versus somebody that you have spent a great deal of time with and has actually spewed and actually gave you 2 children or
That's true,
multiple
Thank
but you
you.
don't
children.
know
That
how
that
that
don't make
woman
no
made
sense.
him feel.
I don't
You don't
care.
know how black man
I
is
don't
so
care if
getting
But
Jessica
you
sick and
don't
has
know
tired
how
of
he
children.
dealing
made
with
her
black
feel,
women
Zach.
shit.
What about
You
him?
don't
What did
know
he do
how
to her?
black men are sick and tired of dealing with black women shit.
Zach,
That is
Zach,
the truth.
this is
Zach,
not a gender
really?
bending issue.
No.
I'm not saying it like
You
that.
trying to genderize this. This is not a gender war issue. This is about
But
a man who's a married man
that's so
who has
shallow
given
cheap
more
of y'all to
attention
look at him
to
like that.
somebody he
See,
never
Zach,
met
Ask him
I
versus
can't
a
yourself.
I
wife.
can't keep
Check
letting you
yourself.
up on a panel and you keep on changing the subject and stuff. This really.
The bottom line is that regardless of what, obviously, I really think that Mr. Fantastic began getting, just kind of looking at this. I really think Mr. Fantastic began getting on YouTube as an outlet because he couldn't deal with his own marital issues. And I think that when we found out that he was separated,
That's too
when people get
personal,
separated,
y'all.
Zach, let
That's
me
too
talk.
personal.
Zach, let me finish. We have to understand that when people have marital issues and when they decide to get separated, divorced, that's a progression that comes with that. You don't just decide to
All
get
right.
separated overnight. That could have been a year of problems. It could have been 6 months to 8 months of issues that probably led him to get on YouTube in the first place as a way of deterring away from his own marital issues, you know? And so when he got doxxed and when they found out he was separated, he already had ongoing issues prior to before people even knew who he was. So he probably latched on to something, of a female or whatever, whether it's someone in his personal life or even someone he gravitated to on YouTube. So when we talk about why did he do it, it could have been a variety of reasons. It could have been very superficial of him gravitating to an avatar that represents ideally what he likes, or the fact that he's, dealing with the fact of, you know, I'm a loser who basically had got the same rank for 14 years, can barely provide for my family, and my wife's sick and tired of my ass. You know, those are the things that
D
he may have
Darrell,
been battling.
I think that's it, D Darrell, right there.
And so
But
when when you have those particular set of circumstances, and then you're noticing that you're basically mediocre at your job, you mediocre at everything you've done, probably mediocre at banging your wife, mediocre at raising your children, but then you get on these YouTube spaces, everybody like, damn, Mr. Fantastic, Mr. Fantastic. I'm on the Rumble talking dumb shit against another dumb Negro, and everybody like it. I'm a circus now. I'm getting paid for it. You know, I'm wearing
okay,
Goku. I'm
okay,
37 years old wearing Goku shirts and fucking tight ass Spider-Man shirts and shit, and got a fucking grown
okay.
ass man with 25 pair of tennis shoes
No,
and
no,
shit
no,
like
no.
that. You
Hold
know
on,
that that
hold on,
that
Deidre.
that's what that's the kind of mindset that we're dealing with. This is an immature man.
Hold on. Wait. D Darrell. I get where you're coming from. I get what you're saying. Let's be clear about this. When we really dealing with thinking people who think about real shit in life, as far as whatever I can say with that, whatever it means. The whole thing with me is, even with Mr. Fantastic, I don't know the man business. I don't care. I don't make a dime off of it. It's not my thing, y'all. One thing I can say is the topics, the certain type of conversations, I can jump in, even on this. Certain things I don't say nothing on. To be honest, I don't give a damn. But the thing is with me, I don't know the man business, but one thing I can say is it's going back to why I'm in this space. You know what I'm saying? It is a problem with these hard head black women. They don't want to
Zach,
listen
it got
and do
nothing
what
to
the
do
fuck
with
they
that,
really
That's all you
Zach.
need
came
to
up here to
do.
Zach,
do.
it don't have
Black
anything to do with
women.
that.
Go back to the
It
chat.
has nothing to do with black
You about to
women.
go back to the chat, Zach. You about to go and go back to the chat. That's all you came up here to do was to bash black
I
women.
don't
This is not
bash
a
black
bash black
women.
women
Why
segment.
a black man talking like this? Where your
Zach,
heart at? Why
Zach,
Zach, but
stop?
everything
Why do
leads
y'all
back
act
to
like
black
that?
women with
Why
you.
do
Every
y'all
time we
act
talk
like
about
that?
something, it goes
Please
back to
stop.
black women.
I'm not dogging black women. I'm sorry, Fig. I'm on your panel. I got respect for you.
Zach,
You
you
last
keep
is the
going
best
back
of
to
them.
the
Let me
same
say.
thing.
I'm just saying, what is wrong with black men? Y'all act so scared to cuss
No,
black
no,
women the
nobody,
hell out.
nobody is
What the hell
scared.
is wrong with
You're
y'all?
not mature,
You
Zach. You
acting weak
acting
over
immature,
women.
Zach.
Stop doing that. That's why
Zach,
this red pill shit is
Zach,
real.
I
I'm
don't
sorry,
have
y'all.
these
They
problems
are
that
right
you
about what
speak
they say
of,
about certain type
Zach.
of black men. I'm
These
sorry, they
problems
right.
that you
They
speak
right.
of, I've
Look
never
how
had these
y'all
issues with black
respond.
women.
You should be quiet and be like,
Zach,
let that brother
Zach,
speak. Why are you
Zach,
checking me like you can?
Zach,
What are you
Zach,
talking about?
Zach.
That's what I don't like.
This stuff that you're speaking of, I've never experienced that in my life with black women. I've never experienced none of this stuff you're talking about.
You ain't never. So hold on, wait. Let me get this straight, D. Darrell. You ain't
I've
never.
never experienced.
You
I'm gonna
have
tell you this,
never
Zach.
experienced their
Listen to me,
attitudes,
Zach.
the way they talk and run their
Zach,
goddamn
listen.
mouth, snap their neck, and
I
act
never
like
had
they
a black
black
woman.
around you. That's
Zach.
because you're black and you
Zach,
love the
listen
idea of
to me,
that,
Zach.
which is true about this
Zach,
space, brother.
Zach,
I'm
listen.
sorry, y'all.
Zach,
It's time to
listen to
break
me.
y'all down and
Zach,
separate the blacks.
Zach,
I know what type of blacks I'm
Zach,
dealing with. I'm
listen.
sorry. That's the
Listen to
truth.
me, Zach. I know you want to spew. I know you want to vent out your pain of your past. I know you want to. I know you're doing it in a subliminal manner. Okay, we get it. But Zach,
No
listen.
pain. I got past it, but I am
Zach,
gonna mention the
listen to me,
reality
Zach.
about these black women.
Listen,
I'm
Zach.
getting
I
sick
know
and
this may.
tired of
I'm
you black men being weak.
Zach. I know this may
Check
sound
them.
far.
Put them in their place. They
Zach,
should shut their
Zach,
goddamn mouth. You ain't
Zach,
hard enough. Where
Zach.
you
Only
harder? What
men.
standards do you have?
Zach,
What do you
listen.
stand for? What the hell is
Zach.
wrong
Only
with this
men
space?
who can't
You niggas ain't
garner
hard enough
respect from
yet?
women
You
have
ain't rushed
issues
enough?
with
You don't see what they
constantly
think about
repeating
you? What
what
the
they
hell are
do
you
to
men
women.
doing, man? That shit is pathetic. It's too
Men who
sad.
have respect from
I'm
women
good.
don't have to
I'm gonna
talk
hop
about
off. Appreciate
femininity.
it,
They
face.
don't have to talk about cooperativeness. They get it
That's bullshit.
automatically.
You been taught that by your mama. That's emotional.
Listen. No,
That's
that
weak
has
as
nothing to do with
hell.
that, Zach.
Come
Zach,
on,
listen.
dog. Where your
Zach,
heart at? What you
Hold
had
on,
that
hold on,
stronger?
hold on,
I'm
both of
gone,
y'all,
Faith.
both of
I
y'all.
appreciate you. I'm going off your panel. I'm done.
thank you, thank you. See, this is the
Oh,
problem.
man.
This is the problem. we These are grown 30, 40 year old men talking about cooperation, submissiveness. She supposed to do this, she supposed to do that, and then you never talk about what you're supposed to do. Or I thought a relationship's supposed to be both ways, you know. And this stuff is so unbalanced. This makes no. I've never heard real men that I have grown up with that have had an effect on me ever talk about. Matter of fact, I've never heard the word submissiveness so much in my goddamn life. It's actually sickening to hear it, and talking about a woman being feminine and all this other kind of stuff. The problem is you. It's you. You're the problem. The reason why you don't get it is because You're not carrying yourself in a manner to receive it. You constantly making the same dumb mistakes. You dating the same type of women you shouldn't be dealing with. You thirsty as hell. You can't do anything for anybody worth them submitting to. That's why they act the way they act. It has nothing to do with all this other stuff you talking about. It has something to do with you bettering yourself. You be a better man, you'll get a better woman. Period.
CK, you asshole. Listen, y'all. Listen, I gotta listen, man. As many things have just has happened to me. I'll use me for example. Y'all already saw the last little thing that happened to me. Do y'all see me jumping up on panels, bashing Faith or any woman? No, you don't. That's I don't brand the whole mass group for one person. You know, uh, I don't do that. What I'm seeing is this blind, somebody. This is why I said sometimes, and I had to talk to another content creator. Sometimes you gotta take a break from this YouTube reality and come back to reality. You know, and we're noticing that a lot of this stuff. Have y'all not been seeing a lot of people's lives or things have been getting thrown out, and you're like, "What? I thought this man lived by this life. I thought this dude did this. I thought this woman said this," and then we found it's not true because it's not. Listen, man. Nobody calls nobody. I listen. I never heard anybody in real life call themselves high value. Not amongst D. Darrell. I'm pretty sure he never heard that. Neither has Faith or CK. Damn sure not in my circle. And I be hanging around a lot of people. And I've never heard us say high value. Most I ever say is high value target. That's when I'm playing Call of Duty. So I've never heard these words, these little things. These, like I said, y'all stop. What we're watching is somebody or some people are protruding, are perpetrating their problems or their fetishes or their reality onto you. Just because one dude had a bad day in child child support court, that's not the fate of all men. Just because one woman had this one issue That's not the fate of all women. Like y'all, I don't know what happened to y'all, but y'all really need help. Listen, I go to therapy. I encourage all to go to therapy. I don't know. I've never seen. This is the only space I know where we have the people who are professionals being told by non-professionals how to do their job that they've been doing for 20 years. I literally watch a man chew out a high collar lawyer that's been doing it for over 20 years. That costs $500 an hour just to talk to her. I watch people try to tell Dita Rell during a debate how to be a therapist, and he has degrees. It's almost like you trying to tell CK how to do finance, and that's his job, or Face how to do trucking. Hell, I got people trying to tell me about guns, and I'm like, man, I only do this for a living, but y'all telling me how to do it. But this is why I call this the transosphere, because you can be whatever you want to be in front of a camera, and so that's honestly what we're seeing. And as we're looking at it, a lot of y'all men, I'm telling y'all men right now, 2021, y'all gonna need to get that shit together. Because honestly, nobody's praying. Y'all had y'all faith in goddamn Daddy Trump. We saw where that led y'all. Y'all were looking crazy. Now, some of y'all women, y'all same way. Do not run with these people. I'm trying to let y'all know it's not working out. We are seeing people crash and burn.
BMT, I gotta stop you because we way off the topic. I thought when we got rid of Zach that we was gonna get back on topic, but yeah, I got to step in now, bro.
Because honestly, they believe in this man. They believe in this man and this. Listen, this woman is no longer this avatar is not an icon. This woman is hell. I see what Mad Bus Driver X. This man wears a bicycle helmet or a football helmet. This woman is literally an icon. You don't see this is another cult. This is a cult thing right now. Literally, I mean, I'm not gonna talk. I'm really on pinpoint, but literally, I literally did a show showing that this whole space is now a mental group study.
Yep, you got 5 studies on it. 5 current studies on the manosphere.
This group,
Yeah.
right? I'm actually on point. That's what I'm saying. Like, people need to stop.
But here's the reason why I did my video because of people in our race, in our group. We always gravitate to the loudest, dumbest people, and that's Mr. Fantastic. Okay, just hear me out for a second because I know that he got fans in here, but the man is stupid. Okay, what he does is he pontificates a lot. He learned a few words out of the thesaurus. He had me fooled. He learned a few words out of the thesaurus, and then he got a little book smart or whatever. And so he came on here and he finessed a whole group of men because he did the same thing that Jessica X did. He saw the weaknesses in the men around him as the same weakness that he sees in himself. And he set up here because he's the loudest man in the room. He said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and run the yard. And he been running the yard ever since. And look where he done led y'all. Not all of you, but the 3.0 manosphere. Look where he has led them. He has led them to the worship of a goddamn avatar. Like, if I had told anybody this, they would think that I was making this stuff up. But this is who they like to follow. They flock. No wonder that minister Jimmy Jones or whatever his name was,
Jim Jones.
the one Jim Jones, the one that got everybody to drink the Kool-Aid. That is fantastic.
It was mostly black people that was with him too.
Like we stay drinking the Kool-Aid. Like I just don't get it. Now he goes over there to Bernard Riley's channel, and they over there on Bernard talking about one topic, and then all of a sudden Jessica pops up, and she did so specifically just so she can cam up and not show her face, but give us the illusion that she's walking around London. Like everybody's supposed to believe that shit.
And you saw how he was acting like a cheerleader in the process.
D. Darrell, you know, phone sex is a hell of a drug. That's all I got to say.
It's crazy. And the thing about it, these fools sat there. And did you see the chat? What they was writing in the chat?
No, I left after
Oh,
she did that. I was like, I was so disgusted. I was like,
these
I'm out of here.
these fools was sitting in awe, like, wow, we got the evidence. Oh, it proves that ain't Diddy. It proves she really there. And I'm looking at these guys like, I be damned. I be damned. They will take these people. They will believe any guy. These people are so easily. BMT talked about the reality. The bottom line is the reality of these people. They don't get out much. They don't interact with people. They can get easily finessed. If you took that and you didn't try to use any thinking skills, any type of just fucking just looking at that to assess what it is, what they were trying to do. It I mean, there were people without a shadow of a doubt. Soon as they saw that, they initially thought it was to be true. They didn't even try to think, no pushback, no comprehension of what they were attempting to do and why they were trying to do it. They just easily just fell into that and was like, "Oh wow, she showed it. She's showing the proof. She in London. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you all? Anybody can sit. Anybody can be on a platform, have somebody else with a phone in another country showing the goddamn street while you in the background talk, quote unquote, supposed to be talking as if you're there.
And
That's not
that's
very.
exactly what I said, D. I said that she could have easily gotten somebody else to walk that strip.
That's it. That's all it takes. I'm like, are you that goddamn gullible? I'm like, man, and you all try to talk about people, having common sense versus degrees. And to me, you all don't have either. No common sense nor the book smarts.
But I want to shout out real quick to the super chats coming in. Chef Disaster says, grape or red, make sure my Kool-Aid is diabetic and sweet, please. And then we have Chef Disaster with the $5 super sticker. And Chaz B98 earlier with the $10 super chat. I appreciate all of you. Thank you.
I'm
All
I'm
right, you guys go.
I'm sitting here like you guys are going and see, this is the thing. This is why I don't go into certain. That's why I say I don't go into these spaces, because nobody used any type of critical thinking to say, wait a minute, how did they do this? What form, how did they make this happen? Like, what type of technology you can manipulate? Everybody just fell in line and as if this shit was genuine by people who obviously lying. That's why I don't watch this shit. Like Bernard show is full of shit. You know, the people that was on the panel, all of these gullible ass Negroes. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody. And like you said, Faith, it had nothing to do with the topic, but she just popped up and made an interest to show that shit was already planned. And they probably contacted Bernard beforehand to let him know this was going to happen. Because if you saw him, he didn't say shit the whole time until afterwards. It's facts.
Yeah, like I said earlier, we just as Black people have got to stop drinking the Kool-Aid. We got to start picking the people who represent us a lot better. And this goes not even just in our personal lives, but like BMT got off into the politics earlier. It even goes into politics and who we allow to represent us there as well. We are really bad judges of character as a group. Like once we get together in a group, it's like we get that group think and nobody thinks for themselves. It's like we just follow the one idiot that's the loudest, that got the most swag, that we think is cool. That right there, unfortunately, is part of our culture.
That is so true. That is so true. And it's like I'm sitting here like these guys are not. These supposed to be high value men, quote unquote, allegedly. These supposed to be intellectual. The Bernard Riley's panel is supposed to represent the high end of the manosphere as far as intellectualism, and you sitting here and getting finesse over a simple manipulation of technology, and you falling for this shit. I'm like, come on, man, y'all. See, I can't take y'all serious, man, and that leads me to know to see Faith. It makes sense why they have such bad history with women, because they easily manipulated. Any
I
woman,
agree.
any woman can easily manipulate these goofballs. Like, damn, y'all don't even think. Like, all she got to do is say some shit, throw some titties in your face, and you perplexed. You believe lies and whatever. I mean, this don't make sense. Like, and then these are men that are my age. I'm 43 years old and
Uh,
older.
hang on. Let me clear up the mess. I'm the only one during a debate to that Anthony bitch in the chat that literally debated, and Deidre will tell you not to let Jessica X in the manosphere. And that was in front of 300 other people. I
Yep.
was debating not to let her in. And you know what? I got clowned and people came at me.
You
So
sure
Anthony,
did. I remember that. You sure
so
did.
Anthony, you can shut the fuck up. But I literally said, don't bring her in. And sure enough, everybody jumped on BMT. Everybody, and look what happened. Not even 2 months in, all this shit started happening. So you could shut all the fuck up. But I said, don't do it. No, BMT. Why are you afraid of this? You done a lie in your. I said, oh, okay. But I said, hold up. I said, me, Faith, D. Darrell, TK, Love, Ray, we will go off and go do the BBN network and we will go our own separate way. And literally, I have literally started disenfranchising myself. Stuff. Not to say I don't still talk to people, not to say I don't still be cordial to people, but see, I done seen the way it was going. And so when they started attacking families, children, dead spouses and shit, I knew we already went into a dark place. And I was like, fuck that. So I don't want to hear shit from some of y'all in the chat that asking about my questionable goddamn loyalty. But I've been loyal to family. I've been loyal to black business. We've been loyal to politics and everything. Motherfuckers don't support that shit in this space. Motherfuckers like drama and attacking black people.
I'll be right back.
So
Okay.
next time y'all call me BMT, put some respect on my fucking name. But I doggone been defending black women, or I got been called a simp. I've been defending. I still with D Darrell when they attacked my brother. Guess what? They came at me too, and I still rock with D Darrell. Y'all can kiss my ass. Y'all don't know jack. Y'all didn't support black schools, and we were supporting black schools. So I don't want to hear shit. Don't ever bring my name up again, Anthony, bitch. Go ahead, D Darrell. I'll go back. I do apologize.
It's okay, man. I'm just saying, man, this shit don't make no sense. It's like I'm starting to feel like the manosphere attracts the worst of Black America that try to perpetrate as being the best of Black America, and as if they have had experiences in which the Black community has outcasted them because they're different. But in reality, they're the worst of Black America, and they're the worst. Period. And that's the reason why you've been an outcast, because you're not the best, and you want to be. I mean, my thing is, again, man, every time I talk about Black accountability, I mean, I'm talking about Black male accountability. This is an example of that. These guys won't hold this woman accountable, or this avatar accountable for shit. They won't hold themselves accountable for looking stupid, for supporting this woman. And I want you all to take a look for anybody, you see the videos that Jessica X does, that she creates. I want you to check out the super chats that she gets. And let's not even talk about the cash apps, because she's getting that too. But when you look at the super chats alone, these guys are giving 20, 30, $50, some giving $100. And they want to talk about tricking.
Mm.
But you opening up your wallet and you ain't getting you're not getting anything but a superficial fantasy. At least if I went to the strip club, I can touch something. You ain't getting it. You getting a cyber fantasy. These same guys that'll sit there and call me and BMT a simp for being married. These the same guys giving Jessica X $50 per show. Matter of fact, these Negroes simping so hard, she get on somebody else panel or somebody else show. They simping just so that she there.
Facts.
Just this is the type of simping that these guys doing for something that for a mystery, for a fantasy, man. And to me, it's like anybody that talks with any type of sense, anybody that is looking at things from a clear standpoint, they had an issue with it. You know, you a maggle, you this, you that, all these dumb little sophomoric statements and that they invent and all this other different stuff. This is ridiculous. I'm like, I mean, if you need the money that bad, fantastic. Okay, I get it, man. I understand. Your money is thin. You had to come up with a hustle. You can't necessarily work a part-time job. YouTube was your last resort. I get it, man. If you need the money that bad, go ahead, man. Do what you got to do. That's how I feel about it. But don't try to make other people think that this is real. It's not. Just it's pitiful, man. And to me, you want to talk about the fact that how he caped so hard for her, man. I'm talking about she'll go on a panel. Soon as it get hot, he come popping up out of. I thought you're supposed to be working. You're supposed to be on the base working your little desk job. You come popping up out of the blue on Reg's panel every other, but she was on, and then they had the audacity to try to roast Reg.
Exactly.
I'm like, wait a minute. This dude showed y'all so much respect. Fantastic. Reg let anybody come up and talk. Man, Reg never talked ill of her, despite everything she did. Never talked ill of Fantastic. Allow both of them to come up as will. And then they want to come up and say, well, when I'm not there, Reg get 40. But as soon as I pop up, he got 100. I'm like, what? Reg just pulled numbers over 100 on live streams without you, Jessica, and Fantastic. Come on, man.
Yeah, like I said, it's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, well, I told y'all, man. That's why I know y'all don't really be watching our shit. You know what I'm saying? I got one fool in the chat saying all I do is trash black men. When I'm the only one that did a Black Father conference for 3 days straight. Black fathers, which is I looked and scoured around to bring them on to just talk. That was me, BMT. You know how many black men watch that in the manosphere? Hardly not that many. Because they didn't give a fuck for black father empowerment. We talked about business, how to go buy properties, towns, all this shit before even Ramil. With actual people that actually could put you on. I think y'all gave a fuck because it came out of a woman. Y'all attacked the woman. Yeah, I don't understand. I had a whole lawyer that was willing to listen to you black men about your child support cases. Y'all called her all kind of names. Like I don't get you savages. Like I really don't. I really don't fucking get y'all. Y'all had a white dude jump on the damn panel and call y'all stupid, less than, and belittle y'all. But y'all were all on board when he was bashing black women. Till he started talking about you black men also. Saying that y'all plight is stupid as fuck. This is this is the idiocracy that we see going on here. How do y'all support a man that literally, how do y'all even support any of these men when literally they were champion and happy for Ahmaud Arbery being stopped? How do y'all champion that? How do y'all champion any of these men for some of the people that have been shot unjustly, or literally there've been some interesting scrutiny with the police, and they're saying it's good that they're dead. And these are y'all champions? These are y'all champions? Nah, nigga. I rather stand alone before I do any of that. Same motherfucking high value people. This some same dude. Well, Ahmad shouldn't have ran. He should have listened. I didn't hear none of them talk about Michael. I damn sure we heard what they said about George. How many times they done talked about every black man, and yet they're supposed to be for the betterment of black men.
Exactly.
Let that set in. You damn sure ain't hear that on D Darrell's panel. You ain't hear that on my panel. I've never heard anything crazy go off from goddamn CK or Faith. If anything, we be fair and actually try to look at man. They were out of code. They were off code what they just did. They should have never done that. And we hold men and women accountable.
Man,
I've seen a lot of shit, and I'd be like, "Wow, y'all sure y'all for black men?"
it seems like to me they pro white man more than anything, especially when it comes to Donald Trump. My God,
mind you, they were fine with what Kyle was doing, going to a black area, a black lower income area, when they were walking and protesting and shoot and say, "Hey, he was defending himself." Like I said, some of y'all, I really believe some of y'all motherfuckers are agents, dude. Just put on black avatar to hang around us. I believe in all my heart and soul, y'all are agents, man. Who need a white man when we got some of you motherfuckers? Real talk. Like, seriously, dude. Y'all don't mean nothing good for us, man. I just wish y'all hurried and get the fuck on, man. Y'all don't give a fuck about black men. You don't give a fuck about black boys, black women, black girls. Y'all were making fun of black children or black women with that DJ whatever dude saying
that white man that infected all those black girls,
y'all
boys.
Right.
Y'all were championing that shit.
They were happy that those girls were infected too.
That's dumb, man.
Y'all. That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah, that's why I said you gotta sometimes be
DJ Kid.
You gotta sometimes just listen to the fuck what some of these people say and just pull away. But when they start saying shit like that, if they'll say that about those people, imagine what they'll do to you if they got a chance. And that right there, ain't nothing you can tell me you want the betterment of me. You can miss me with that. Motherfuckers were trying to champion me. I bet you if I said me and my wife were having issues in our marriage, you motherfuckers would tell me in a heartbeat, leave that bitch and go live and be alone.
Like them. Be alone like them.
Champion sex dolls and shit. Leave a woman in my family to go be with a sex doll. Bet you don't tell me that in a fucking heartbeat. But these are high value men. The fuck out of here. Let that set in. I tell y'all, man. Boy, y'all about to have me smoke a cigarette. So I know you're crazy as fuck. This is his space. Y'all get mad at a woman like Faith for working a job, keeping herself up, and y'all say, well, she wore a wig. Who gives a fuck? She got some shit together. She out here popping out babies and stuff and all this. These talking points that some of y'all using are dumb as fuck. I'm not gonna lie, man. Really stupid.
It's the wig, you know.
The wig. If she jumps in the pool, her makeup's gonna come off.
Worrying about superficial shit, but not worrying about everything else that make up the person.
But the funny thing is, I really don't wear a lot of makeup. That's the funny thing.
And this dude actually tried to call all these women he couldn't get in real life, calling them ugly, man. That's what I couldn't get. I'm like, dude, is this a new phenomenon where ugly men get to call women that look better than them ugly or something? Like, what the fuck is this? When is this? Where they do that at? This dude.
Well, see, I blame black women for this too, because we're gonna have to hold this L for how fantastic is, because so many of us in our pursuitage of getting the bag we have blew up the heads of a lot of ugly, burnt Bart Simpson looking Negroes like Fantastic. So yeah, that's our bad. Our bad.
I'm like, dude, what? I mean, yes, you got a little muscle, you go lifting your weights and shit, but I'm like, dude, man, you should never use that word with anybody. Like, unless you're talking about yourself. I'm like, man, like, you lucky to even have a wife looking like that. I don't get it. I'm like,
Okay, I was gone, but did anybody invite Anthony Taylor up? Because he wants to come up.
nah, I didn't invite him.
I ain't like that nigga.
Okay, well, do
He
you
probably
do you
want
want to do you
he
want to
probably want to
talk
come
to
up here and throw,
him?
he probably want to come up here and throw smoke with me.
Okay, did you want to talk to him, or should I not accept the
I mean,
invitation?
it's on you. It's on you. But like I said, I'll
No,
try.
no, I don't have, I don't have any smoke with Anthony, so that's the reason why I'm asking.
I don't
Well,
even know him.
I don't even know this nigga, but he showed who got some smoke with me. I don't even know what the fuck I even did. But I guess he was saying because I'm all around the manosphere, which that's even Zach told you. Everybody knows that. Been here for a long time. So yeah, I mean shit. I mean, go ahead and bring him. Go ahead and bring him up here. Go ahead and bring him up here. I want to hear the talking points. But he's up there. He has something that he wants to say off his stuff. That is fine.
Okay,
We need nigga entertainment.
Hold on, before y'all
all
get
right.
to,
Well, let
I just
me
said one
add him
thing
to the
before y'all get to,
stream.
well, I would say
All
one thing.
right.
I think the whole thing is really about Fantastic having like a work wife. That's really what like Jessica represents to him. And what I believe is it started off like a joke or a prank. Then they started making money, and then it was like micro cheating. And then in his eyes, that really is his wife, or at least his work wife. And it's equivalent to like the girlfriend experience we talked about last time, like OnlyFans, strip club, adult entertainment, webcam model, escort, where what they're getting is validation and they're getting the admiration and even being pedestalized by someone without having to physically be involved with them. It's kind of like they have that connectivity and that kind of like an energy transfer. And that's the reason why they're going so hard for her, because she represents like that weird science perfect woman. Okay, y'all can go ahead with the fuckery. I'm finna go to bed, y'all. Catch y'all later.
All
All
right,
right.
brother.
Thanks, CK.
Thanks, CK.
I mean, I just want to get back to him trying to talk bad about
Greetings, Meredith.
black women. I'm like, this dude
Greetings, Meredith.
attempted call Celeste ugly. Celeste is a very nice looking woman. I'm like, what? Called Faith. He said that Rue Demp, all the women that Rue Demp deal with is ugly. He got mad at Bomb Cherry because Bomb Cherry didn't want to give him none, and
Yeah.
didn't
Oh,
admit.
yeah. All of a sudden, she has an old cooter now.
I'm like, and Bomb Cherry like dark skinned men. She
Hello.
complimented me when I went over on her channel when I was trying to when I educated people about the intelligence test, and she admitted to me she like darker skinned men. I'm like, so I mean, if she wouldn't even find him attractive as a dark skinned man, that something definitely is up.
But what Fantastic just isn't attractive. I mean, there's attractive and then there's not attractive. He's not an attractive person, and then his personality makes him hideous. On top of him already being unattractive. But anyway, let me go ahead and welcome Anthony Taylor to the stream. What's going on, brother?
I'm good, Meredith. How you doing?
I'm doing good. So, what do you want to add to the stream today?
I mean, you're in control of your show. I know you're on the road and everything, but I didn't call BMT out of his name, not once. I didn't say anything off topic or anything like that. And he's up here talking about me, called me out my name, and he's talking about Fantastic. You got the nerve to talk about Fantastic. I didn't disrespect your in the chat, and this is the way he shows himself. There's not going to be any drama up here because I'm not one of those guys, but he showed himself, and he's
Okay.
talking tough on the internet. What are we going to do on the internet?
calling me bees and whatnot. I don't even say that. And you talking trash. That's trash talk. You're gonna talk about fantastic.
See, but here's the thing about it. So let me show you the accolades difference between me and Fantastic.
Don't make a difference between you and
No,
fantastic because you should just
so hold on. So let's get at it. So
talk about fantastic.
no,
You should.
I got a question. Have you ever been to my show?
I've seen you around the internet, like I said. You know what I
So
mean?
no.
You know what I mean? I didn't tell you.
Have you ever been to my show?
You know what I mean? Because that's that 3.0 life. And you're about that life. You just showed
I'm part of 3.0.
You're a part of whatever. I mean,
I'm part of 3.0.
You displayed it tonight.
Okay, so I'm part of 3.0. See,
You
that's
really
how
did. You can't take it back because you was the one talking.
No. I clap back when people throw out all kind of.
Well, what I did?
So hang on. So I'm glad you said that. So you said, which I know. So here's the thing.
And clapping back, I know the ladies in my family.
I definitely threw that smoke to you because
clapping back is what the ladies in the family do. Even the language is what the ladies.
You're right. Because you spoke out of turn like a tonight, and I'm gonna clap that too because you
displayed tonight. You can't take it back, man.
You're right. Now, so here's the thing. So let's look at that. So were you coming over to any of our channels when we were supporting Black business?
Yeah, I mean, I rock with you. That's why I'm surprised at the way you came off.
No. Why did you say that shit? So you know that tensions are.
I'll tell you exactly what I said. I know what I said.
You don't rock with me. You don't rock with me because
not now.
No, I don't give a fuck.
You clap back. I don't deal with brothers that clap back. I don't deal with men that clap back.
You just one subscriber, nigga. I can drop 1,000 subscribers, and I will promise you, niggas will come right back. I promise you.
But you won't have this one because you showed.
You're right. Well, then
somebody has feedback.
You that man that claps back.
You're right. I do clap back. I do clap back. You know why? Because see, all the time when he said, here's the thing about
you disrespected Temerity's channel when I didn't, and I'm coming up. You disrespected.
But you see, now you're playing that bitch shit mode right now, like all these other bitch shit.
There you go again.
When a man claps at you, you got a problem with that. But you was talking that monkey shit in the goddamn chat saying, "Oh, you be everywhere."
I didn't call you out your name. Then you wanted to go talk and talk on the internet.
You definitely brought me.
Like, you're weak. You
definitely came to me.
You're strong.
You definitely came to me. You're right.
You're strong.
You're right, and I'll be that, type of guy.
Yeah, I already know it. Yeah, display it for the world, for the internet. Keep talking tough. Right. What are you going to do?
I'll say, hey, that's right. I mean, it's the internet, so you definitely. But that's all you can do.
Be proud of yourself. You and your children, they should be proud of their dad.
You're right. You're right. I got my kids sitting in my house, sleeping in their bed. You got your kids? You got your kids?
You ain't got to worry about me. I ain't got to. You displayed yourself.
Another lost nigga.
Yeah, no. You're the high value man on this.
A black man that can't sleep with no kids. Clap it up.
You're the high value man tonight.
Good job.
Okay, hold on a second. Anthony, what is the problem that you have with BMT? Because the people in the chat are saying that you called him trash first.
No, you have to roll back the tape. I said you're talking ish. I said ISHT. You know, when he's always in the manosphere, but then he's over here talking trash about, like case studies and all that, like he's some kind of agent or something. You talk about agents, he's like playing a double agent over there, and then come over here and talking what? And I said, you talking this ish, and you over there.
So let me go ahead and handle that. So the times that I've been,
I never told you out the name.
No. I let you talk. I was quiet. So the times that I've ever spoken up, mind you, when I was on Top of the Side telling black men, hey man, don't let Jessica in, they came at me. The times that I went on Ramil's show talking about family, they came at me. The times that I came up and I went to bat for goddamn them trying to get at faith, They came. So every time they came at me when I defended my brother's belief, when I doggone spoke for faith, anytime I spoke for any of my friends and people I rock with, they came at me. So whenever I talk about my black values, I sure do get clown called the drunk, the crazy, all kind of names. But I've been standing my ground in the manosphere. Hell, most of the brothers that used to be part of the manosphere just fucking left. Yeah, this space a dog was fucking good. But you talking about some 3.0 pussy shit around a man that's fucking good. This is this hypocrisy shit. Same dude that was
No,
a sex dog.
you know, like
No,
I
no,
say,
no.
drop the
You talking about the group?
You're
So
not
you
gonna do anything with the internet.
hold on, no, Anthony.
Talk like a
You're talking
man
about the group
and
that
be
was for
straight.
fucking sex dolls when I was talking about getting back with a black woman. So let me make that sense. So you talking
I
about a
never
group that
came up to you. I mean, whatever issues you have with other men, maybe you need
right,
counseling on
right.
this
But
show.
you definitely tried it.
You really displayed a lot of emotion towards me,
No,
and I
but
had
I'm
nothing to do with it.
you
You got a
started it
lot
with
of emotion for one man, and you talking really emotionally, and it's crazy talk. We're
but
not
yet
going to
you
do anything.
but yet you spewed on my name. So yet you spewed on my name. Yet
I
you
didn't
spewed on
spit
my
on
name.
until you called me bees like 5 times when I'm in the
I
chat.
don't give a fuck, but you acting
Yeah,
like a
because
bitch.
you're that internet gangster.
You
I knew
can't
you.
admit you can't
You
admit that
clap back. DMT, you clap back.
you can't admit you
Like
said something disrespectful to me.
oh, you that hurt because I said you talking to ish, and I didn't spell a word.
I answered that to you.
That emotional stuff. That's
I
that
answered
stuff
to
that
you.
you're talking about. You're talking about
I answered to
fantastic,
you.
and you
So
displayed the
hold on,
very
let me
same
get this
thing.
straight.
You
So when the
played yourself.
manosphere, when I had dudes in the manosphere come at my family, so
At the end of
you
the
want me
day,
to go
I
off
win
the dudes?
because you
You want
played
me to go
yourself.
off the dudes in the manosphere
You
that came at my
played
family?
yourself.
Answer that. So let me answer that. So when they put my picture, when they put pictures of my wife and kids on the manosphere, were you trying to put that stuff for me?
I don't deal in this space. I'm
Okay,
not
you
into
don't
it.
disrespect
I don't even deal
Oh,
with the
now you
channel.
don't deal in the space
You
now.
don't
I said no. I said 3.0. Meredith can show you what I said 3.0.
on the manosphere and my kids, so he was quiet. Nobody told him to take my family down, but now you don't deal with that shit. So when it was,
I'm not subscribed to his channel. I don't deal with that. I don't deal with that. That's why I'm actually surprised
for the
Meredith even
manosphere,
talks about him because like the
for the
channel,
manosphere. Were
I didn't hear you.
you speaking for the manosphere when they were laughing at black girls getting HIV? Were you speaking for them now? Are you speaking for them now?
I'm not gonna be saying any type of low activity.
You don't
That's
got
not what I'm
nothing
about.
under dispute.
Just like I'm
You
not
don't.
gonna defend your talking like the way you talk. You should really elevate.
You're right. You're right. I'm pissed off because we got a lot of bullshitters like you and goddamn fantastic and a lot of you niggas.
I'm one of the BSs and you talking the way you're talking. I'm one of the BSs and you're talking the way you're talking.
Right. Then hurry the fuck off the panel,
Talking
then.
like you trash. Calm down. I ain't coming at you. You keep saying I have, but you're coming at me.
So let me ask you something, Anthony. What is the reason why you are in support of Fantastic through this? Could you give me that? Give me a reason. That you can explain that.
Subscribe to his channel. I don't deal with him. Everything in my comments doesn't display any protection of Fantastic. I think Temerity can say that. I mean, she's seen my comments. I think this Jessica X stuff is a big fiasco. And that's what we were here talking about.
Okay, well, I wasn't paying much attention to the chat because I was working and then also trying to run the panel.
Well, somebody displayed my comments up on the screen. Like I said, I didn't talk. I don't disrespect the channel. And I come over for the minute.
No, the comments that you made early on, you weren't talking about anybody. That's why I'm confused as to how it went left.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't talk left, but people reacted that way. They showed themselves.
Well, you said something about trash.
I said when he's calling me out of my name, he called me a B word. He called me the B word like 3 times.
Don't backstep.
He called me the B word. He called me the.
So you literally.
And then when I say you're trash, that's you're harping on the fact that I say he's acting like trash when he called me B. Really?
So if you're so You're
Were
saying
you
that
were hold on a second. I think I know when this happened. Were you referring to when BMT was going off topic?
Yeah, I said off top. No, I said several things, but I never called him out of his name or anything. You know, I mean, I can speak. That's what the chat's about. But then he called
Because
me the B.
I did see
Like
where you
three
were
times.
saying that he was going off topic,
Yeah,
when
but
he
and
also was
but
saying
what disrespect is that? Be like, what was the disrespect of that for him to
so
call me?
he called me trash.
No, no,
That's
no.
when I
After
snapped
you
back
called
to
me a
myself.
B. After you called me a
No,
B.
that was listen, man. Listen.
I didn't call you trash
So so I'll tell you what. I will apologize if you apologize for calling me trash.
because I didn't disrespect you. Like I never had a problem with you, and I
Now,
wouldn't disrespect Merity's
now
channel
hold
like
on.
that.
I just said I will apologize and break peace. If you apologize for calling me trash. If you don't want that, then hey, shit. Move on. Move on with life. I got it's
I
one more enemy.
you called me a B.
You call me trash. Some people take different words differently.
Okay, but if it offended you like that, I got no problem with brothers. That's why I'm in the manosphere. I'll take it back. I don't disrespect men, and I don't disrespect Tamarity's channel. I don't be talking left like that.
thank you,
I
BM.
apologize for calling. I apologize for calling you out of your name and attacking you.
I appreciate that.
Now
I
that's what
appreciate the
that's
challenge,
what's
man.
up. That's what's up. All right, so are we good here? Are we done?
I'm good. I'm cool.
All right. Can we get back to this? Because we need to wrap it up because I gotta head back home. But does anybody have any final thoughts on the subject of Fantastic and Jessica and what happened over there at Bernard Riley? This whole Cam Gate.
I'm gonna say, man, this shit is beyond what I ever thought it would come down to. Who would have thought that a simple malfunction of a British voice changer would cause all of this? I don't think they never anticipated that the hustle was going to you know be basically coming to a close, or would have been exposed by way of that. You would have thought it would have been doxing or some other situation where it came up with the accidentally pressing the button on the camera and the camera showed who she was, but it was a simple breath voice change or whatever it is that caused all of
You
this
said
commotion.
breathalyzer.
Yeah, not breathalyzer,
But
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 a
you know them Brits got
voicealyzer.
bad teeth, so you might be right about that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my point. Who would have thought a simple malfunction? Maybe it was the internet that the streaming of the internet went low or something that caused it to malfunction or whatever. But it's funny, man. What's done in the dark come to the light. I mean, that's one consistent thing I can say about YouTube, particularly Black YouTube or Manosphere, that no matter how long the scam or somebody lies, somewhere down the line, it eventually comes out. Very few people get away without being exposed. So this is just another prime example.
I agree. And BMT, you have any final thoughts on the subject as well?
Yeah, man. Shit. I'm not damn signal. Like I said, this space is crazy, man. You crazy. This space is just attracting crazy people. People just running away from their household problems or obligations and issues. And people, you gotta understand, people need help, man. People need fucking help. I know y'all can hear me. Like I said, that's why I rock hard with Faith. She knows I have her back, and she has my back. And also
Absolutely.
I have D Darrell's back. You know what I'm saying? And we've all been doxxed. That's the thing that amazes me. See, that's when we question people.
Well, see, they can
See,
dox me, but they're not going to find nothing out that I haven't already told or
no, no. See, right,
displayed.
right. You're right. That's the thing about me and you. Like I said, I mean, honestly, y'all showing my family. It didn't hurt me. It only just proved that I have a family. I'm not thirsty. I'm not starving for nothing. I'm good. My kids and my woman are good. Y'all just only, y'all only, I'm very open. That's one thing any of these people will tell you. BMT will tattle on his own goddamn self really quickly. He'll tell you. So you can't dox somebody that doxes themselves. That's why I went hard and I ran with faith. Once I sat there and I heard a few of her stuff, she was going over the things and the fight and jail and all that stuff. I'm like, oh, that's a soldier right there. I'll rock her. And we've been rocking hard ever since.
Yep.
So, like I said, anybody that's willing to dox themselves and fuck y'all, you can't shame me who I am. But I'm self made. You can't get mad at that. And see, that's the thing that they hate: a real woman and a real man that can actually have real conversations and don't feel pressured about anything. And that's why we got BBN and we got D Durrell, we got CK. You know what I'm saying? We got Love and we got Ray Ray. But a lot of people, I'm not gonna lie, I felt I got angry when they said what they said and disrespected her. That was uncalled for. That was uncalled for because nobody that's crossing the line. So much love to your faith. I do apologize for disrupting the flow of your show. You know what I'm saying? But y'all gotta understand we've been attacked a lot.
Yeah, I know. I know.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, I've had time where Faith had to be that sister and say, yo, swing back. But I usually don't. But now I'm just tired of being attacked. I'm tired of my family being attacked. Faith is tired of being attacked. D. Darrell's tired of being attacked. A lot of us are just tired of the BS.
Yeah, because I don't usually do these types of streams, but Fantastic has no problem putting my face up on, his channel and trying to go in on me and D Darrell or whoever else. And I never ever said anything. He chasing me down at Sister George's channel and disrespecting my husband who is deceased. How much disrespect am I supposed to take? And then I'm every old ugly bitch in the book every time my face even pops up in any chat room. So, at some point you are going to slap back. I don't, plan on making stream after stream after stream of videos because I don't address idiots on a regular basis. But I felt that this really needed to be addressed because, black men, what are you doing? I look out here to the brothers and you all sit up here and you talk about women, you talk about you want to be leaders, you talk about submission, but then you all are submitting to the likes of Fantastic. You all are going over there and you're following him down the road of drinking the Kool-Aid that's going to keep you asleep for the rest of your lives and stuck in the matrix, blue pill motherfuckers. At some point somebody has to shake you awake, like, dude, snap out of it. And it ain't going to be Fantastic because this dude, he, like Rudum said in his chat, I know, Chef, I know, I know I'm not, but it's just like Rude said in his chat, Fantastic has been kicked and punched his entire life by the world, okay, for being, number one, a black man, number two, a dark-skinned black man. And see, like I said, there were children like Fantastic that I used to take up for. As a matter of fact, I came into this space pretty much when he came on. I supported him because he reminds me of my brothers. So, it really hurt when I was sitting there and watching all these light-skinned biracial women flocking to his chat room, and he's openly being a colorist, and they just flocked to that. They said, okay, this guy, no matter what I do, no matter what I say, I can do no wrong. And they were right about him. And this is who you follow. You're following the guy who is a blind colorist. Think on that for a minute. And then he sits there like the Wizard of Oz and he tries to finesse the rest of you into being dumb like him. And he's actually doing a good job of it with a lot of them. So I don't feel bad about this stream today. The stream will stay up because the stream that Fantastic made about me with my face on it is still on his stream. So, hey, if it's good for the goose, well, then, goddammit, the gander can get it too. But at any rate, I just wanted to go ahead and shout out everybody that came into the chat. You guys are the real MVPs as well. I see Uppity Unicorn down there. What's up, sis? Chef Disaster, Chaz B98, all my regulars that come in here. Black Magic, Rude Imp popped in for a second. All the people, I can't name off everybody, but I just wanted to say thank you all for coming. Thanks to all my BBN members that were on the panel today. You guys are awesome. CK bringing the technology and the science and putting it together so that we cannot be deceived by deceivers. He's pretty much opening up the mirror and letting you see into the smoke and all the deception so that you cannot be deceived. So when you got these deceivers out here doing the most, trying to keep you blind, trying to deceive you, you got to ask yourself, okay, it'd be much more simple if they did this, but they're bending over backwards to do something different. Ask yourselves why. Think critically, because see, all of this would have been over in just 10 seconds if somebody had just turned their camera on. Think on that for a minute. But at any rate, guys, I got to get going. It's time for me to get back home. But it was good hanging out with you, and peace.